All right, let's do it.
Yay.
All right, welcome back to Master the Game. I am Tom TP Grant, and we are doing our Wildemount short campaign. We are picking up, this is episode 2. We're going to go around real quick and reintroduce all of our characters, catch ourselves up, and then jump right into a combat. We're going to start with the person who is directly next to me on my screen. So, Chai, would you please reintroduce your character?
Hi, I'm Chai. I will be playing Zakari, a female hobgoblin blood hunter. And yeah, that's me, man.
Lydia.
Hey. I'm Lydia, and I'm playing Cavellin, who is a sweet, sweet drow baby who wants to make friends and become super impressive and important and powerful. In that order.
In that order. All right, Laura.
I'm Laura, and I'm playing Ort, who is a female goblin cleric of the Luxon. That's about it.
All right, Steve.
Hey, I'm Steve. I'm playing Grentha of the Barbed Fields, a very tall female orc shadow sorceress.
Oh, that's right. You are really tall, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, she's short for an Exandria orc. They usually grow to about 8 feet.
That's right. That's right. You're like 7 feet, so you're a runt for an orc, but for everyone else, you're like towering.
Yeah.
Especially standing next to the goblin.
Yeah. And then Vivi.
Hey, I'm Vivi, and I'm playing Pebble. Pebble is a female Earth Genasi ranger. She loves the swamp. She thinks this is the prettiest place on Earth, and someone just did a boo-boo, and she did not like it.
Yeah, so let's...
She was mad.
For those of you who weren't here last week, or were here last week and need a reminder, we are playing the Zorhas adventure out of the Wildemount book, giving the short campaign a whirl. And in this adventure in Zorhas, this is the kingdom in Matt Mercer's world that is populated primarily by what are usually traditionally evil races. They have broken free of their control by malignant or deities and are now kind of living their own lives. They are primarily opposed by the Dwendalian Empire to the west. And we are in a border region, the Broken Vale Marsh, which provides one of the primary barriers between the Dwendalians and the Zorhasians. The party went into the village of Uzrin, which moves on the back of horizon-back tortoises, and we're given the mission to find and rescue the goblin advisor to the ogre leader of this village. They set out into the marsh, attempting to find them. They encountered some dead Zorhasians, apparently kind of well on into the decomposition phase. They were attacked by some vine blights, fought their way out of that. They made their way into a very Lion King-esque boneyard. And while there, they came across 4 lizard folk performing some sort of odd ritual. And Pebble scouted ahead to get a better look at them and noticed that they were adorned and boned, many of them humanoid in nature, some of them like femurs and ribs and the sort of things you don't get without killing people, and also taking bones from the horizon-back turtles, which infuriated Pebble, and we ended this as she loosed an arrow at the head shaman and had scored a hit. So we are going to pick right up with Vivi. Roll me some damage.
That's 1d8 plus 3. And I totally did not drop that on the floor. No, absolutely not. Yes, I did drop that on the floor. Let's get a new one. Because, nothing better than another cliffhanger, right?
Only counts if it's on the table, right? That's like the universal rule.
Yeah, that's why I can't crawl underneath and say like, oh, look, it's an 8.
Yeah.
No, it's actually a 6 plus 3, that is 9.
9 damage. Very nice.
Yes.
So
9 damage.
So we pick up with Pebble kind of sneaking up, peeking in between these massive, like standing rib cage. The Fury taking over, taking the arrow out, pulling it back, sighting down the shaft and loosing it. And you watch the arrow sail an arc, and you see the lizard folk's eyes flick up to the movement right as the arrow sticks in its shoulder, and it just hisses angrily and points up at you. And it is at that point that the rest of the party realizes that this is happening also. And Steve, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your character's name. Steve, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your character's name. Grentha, you are the first.
I remembered
to
off the
react
barbed
to this.
fields.
You guys are about 60 feet away from the lizard folk. Pebble's about 30 feet ahead of you, scouting ahead, and you watch her loose an arrow, and you hear this cry, and you realize that it's happening.
Okay, so she, in her mind, she just goes, well, I guess we're doing this. She will kind of extend the hand that has her little spellcasting focus, and these kind of wafts of slightly translucent dark energy will kind of roil forth. She is going to cast Sleep on the lizard folk.
So roll those hit points.
Okay, that is 5d8. That is 23.
23. All right. So, and this goes after the one with the lowest current hit points, right? First?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So Pebble looses this arrow, and Grentha sprints up. And what did you say? You took out your spellcasting talisman?
Yeah, she has this kind of like this woven chain that kind of goes down her arm, and in the center of her palm, she has this dark purplish crystal, which is definitely does not look orc made, if that makes any sense. Kind of lets loose this roiling spell of sleep.
So you see like the cloud come out of this and rush down, and it engulfs them. And the shaman who has the arrow in its shoulder like points up, and you see as it's hissing out a command, its eyes suddenly just roll up into its head, and it drops back dead asleep. The others are all still awake. They like look back, look up at you, and like grip weapons of various makes and start edging forward. And it's that point that Pebble, you are able to loose another arrow if you so wish.
Yes, please. Oh, go.
There's a lot of. I gotta change the audio of the game.
Right.
I'm gonna fight, so I can't do it.
18.
So you got 3 lizard folk coming up on you. You can just pick one of them if you want.
I would pick the one that's closest to me.
All right, so we'll say one is out ahead of the rest, moving forward.
One is moving a little faster.
Yep.
So 18.
18 hits.
Does that hit? All right.
It does.
So
Nice.
let's see. Let's not throw this on the floor this time.
Especially now.
Okay, that's a 7 plus 3. That's an 11.
11 damage? Very nice. So you loose one. This one hits, it has a shield, and it goes right over the top of the shield and hits center mass and buries a good way of the shaft into its chest. And you see it like hunch over, and it's clearly hurt. It's struggling to keep the shield up, but it's still starting to move forward. Chai.
How far away from us are they?
You are currently 60 feet from this. You can use 30 feet to move up to join Grentha and Pebble. You could dash to get all the way to the lizard people who are still moving up on them.
Okay, I think I'm gonna move ahead 30 feet to be with Grentha and Vivi, and then I'm gonna pull out my hand crossbow and take a shot.
All right. Are you shooting at the one that's already wounded, or are you shooting at one of the unwounded ones?
Yeah, I'll shoot at the wounded one.
All right.
25 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So That definitely went on the floor.
That is the theme of tonight's game already.
7 damage.
7 damage. So you come up and you see this one that seems to be struggling. You take out your hand crossbow, you aim down your arm, you squeeze the trigger, and you see it try to bring the shield up, but its arm isn't quite functioning right because of the arrow that already hit it. And you snap right into right at the base of its throat, and it collapses down. It is gone. The other two are continuing forward though, and they are going to move up. There's only 2 of them left, and there's now 3 of you up there. Pebble, you are the one that has fired the most into it. So one of them is going to go after you. So it's going to make 2 attacks with a club. Oh no, it's going to make 1 attack with a club and 1 attack with its jaws. So its club is going to be an 18 to hit, and the jaws are going to be a 19.
Yeah,
So
both of them.
The club is going to be only 3 damage.
Okay.
The
Oh,
bite
no.
is also, wow, I rolled 2 1s, 3 damage. So you take 6 total damage.
I'm at 8, but yeah, thank you.
All right, and then Chai, you just dropped one of them, so the other 2 attacks are going towards you.
Okay.
This one's going to be club first. That's a 16. That's a 20, a dirty 20. I'm assuming that hits.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you put your AC up here like a responsible player, and I didn't even notice. So that's going to be 5 damage to you.
Okay.
And then it's going to try to smash you with its shield. That also hits. These things are hitting.
Oh, never mind.
That's 4
Got that
damage.
faster. Okay.
So
Ouch.
club comes in, cracks you, and then it swings its shield up and hits you in the jaw, right in the jaw. Kavalin.
Actually, I think it's my turn.
Oh yeah, I didn't
You
put
left
you in,
her
I did
out
not
of
put
the
you in the
initiative.
initiative.
You did not.
I did not. So Ort.
Of the 2 people who got hit, nobody looks like they're like about to die any second.
One of them does.
I really want to do something other than heal. I promise I'll bring you back. I'm going to run up next to them because they're within 30 feet of me now, right?
Correct.
And I'm going to grab one of them there's one that's not been hit.
Neither of them have been hit.
I'm going to grab one of them that hasn't been hit, and I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds.
All right. Is that a save on their part?
No, it's a spell attack.
All right. Go ahead and roll your spell attack.
19.
That definitely hits.
I'm so excited. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That is 20 damage.
How much?
20. That's a 1, a 10, and a 9.
So you come up and the one...
Holy
Say-
mama.
Chai, what's your
Works,
character
man.
name again?
Zakari.
The one in front of Zakari, like you see it just smash. You see Zakari's like wavering on her feet. You just come up and put both hands on it, and there's a flare of light, and wounds just start appearing all over this lizard as it just like starts to convulse and like drops down onto the ground dead.
It was so fun.
All right, Kavalin.
Kavillan will stare open-mouthed at that just overkill of necrotic energy and just wow.
It was the right amount of kill. Right amount of kill.
I guess I'm gonna hit things. And she's gonna hit things. But she's also gonna position herself so she can protect someone with the newfound glorious metal shield if necessary. So I'm assuming both Zakari are quite a lot of the party are in direct melee with the lizard folks, right?
Yes.
Yes.
There's one left up, and it's directly in front of Pebble.
Right. Cool.
The
Gonna hit
shaman
that.
is sleeping on the ground, and there's one in front of Pebble that just hit her. So this is your chance to save the ranger.
Save the ranger. Yeah, just straight attack.
Save me.
I like this ranger, even though she is a little bit scary. And that should hit. That's a rolled 17 plus.
Yeah, you're switching back to the volunteer piece.
So 22 to hit.
That definitely, you guys are rolling really high.
That's a 7 damage.
7 damage. What sort of weapon are you using?
I'm using the longsword, but I have the shield out, so I use it as one-handed.
All right, so yeah, you come up and you like, Kevellin comes up, like pushes your shield against its shield, pushes it out of the way and slices down, and you bite into its shield shoulder quite deeply and pull it back to get a nice deep cut. And now it is, do you have any bonus actions you can use? You're a level 1 fighter, so probably not.
Yeah, just looking, but no, nothing really.
Yeah, level 1.
I'm a babby.
Grantha.
All right, so basically the shaman's sleeping over there, and basically like right over here is still a hostile lizard folk.
Yep.
All right, so he's going to go, oh, didn't catch that one. She's going to kind of just like reach over, and as her hand is kind of arcing upward and downward, you can see the sparks of Shocking Hand just kind of arc between her fingers. She just, bzzzt. So that is a melee spell attack. That is, what is her, +5.
Doesn't even get a real attack.
A 10 to hit?
Yeah.
It disengages its shield from Kevellin and like brings it up to block. And you see the sparks like arc on the shield, but don't seem to transfer to the lizard folk.
Oh, that's her turn.
Pebble, you are in melee with this thing, but it has allies on either side. It is quite occupied.
All right. Can I switch to my short swords and attack it?
You may.
All right. All right. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even add my +5 to my 18.
Oh, no.
Would have been overkill anyways, right? All right. The first one is a 9. And the second one, oh, yeah, really, it's an 8.
8. So you
8
drop
and a
your
9.
bow and that's yeah, so you drop your bow and you have your swords and like quick draw out and you go in, but it brings its shield back around and like hides behind it and blocks both blows. It is now Zakari's turn. I'm gonna laugh if this thing lives through its whole this whole round and then gets to smack somebody.
Kills me again. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take it out before it takes me out.
Well, this one's on Pebble. This is the one that was taking you out. Got had wounds inflicted on it.
I'm just gonna like
Yeah.
spit some blood on the ground and take a swipe with my rapier since it's right up here. Ooh, 22.
22 hits.
So, max damage 12.
12 damage. Very nice. So you guys, it's blocking everything with a shield. And what ancestry are you again? I'm forgetting what your character looks like.
I'm the hobgoblin.
Oh, you're hobgoblin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see hobgoblin striding up and just like one sweep of her sword, like clean, and the head just rolls off. And the lizard folk collapses. Now you have the sleeping shaman.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna like take a couple steps backwards. not too far, like probably like 5-10 feet back.
So combat is over. We are out of initiative for right now. The shaman is asleep on the ground.
Yeah, I
We're
think
gonna kill it, right?
Pebble is going to speak up and say, blasphemy. They were killing the slow and the wise ones. There's also on that shaman. There's bones of humans and other races. I think maybe we should question him and figure out what is going on here. I'm sorry, I got very mad. I just could not.
We see that.
So I will probably not touch him. I might hurt him more than so he can't talk no more. Who would like to try and make him talk?
We should tie him up first so he can't do the magic stuff. Because he looks like a magic stuff person.
He does look like a
Sounds
magic
good to
stuff
me, yes.
person, but I did not bring any of the make them talk stuff.
I'm more the make them bleed stuff.
Fair.
Well,
I'm sure we
Yeah.
can combine that.
I do have
Brentha
50 feet of
might
hemp and
just
rope.
look scary.
I'm going to start tying up the shaman while everyone's chatting because it might
All
wake
right.
up any moment.
Go ahead and tie him up.
Any check you want?
No, it's an unconscious creature. If you know how to tie a knot, then it's tied up.
Like a nice little ribbon.
Yeah.
Bunny ears, loop, swoop, and pull. Like,
Like little wings behind the back.
So,
And gag him as well.
oh, you gag him?
It's-
Yeah. So
it's
you
gonna make it hard for him to talk to. Never mind.
You can
it's
take
okay.
it out, but it's going to make him also not cast spells when we're not looking.
Or bite us.
Or that. Infections are bad.
Well,
Yeah.
we do have a holy woman, so I think we'll be okay.
I have one whole spell left.
And I'm sure she wants to use it again to rot people from the inside.
That wasn't rot. That was open wounds. It's a totally different thing. Can I do
It
that to him?
necrotized him in front of our eyes. It was cool, but
Pebble,
was
can I
terrifying.
inflict wounds on him? Please.
Well, I am not quite sure since I did hit him once. I am not quite sure if he will be able to stand up to that. But to be honest, once we're done questioning him, go away with it. He deserves
Yay!
all of it.
Okay, somebody else question him though, because I'm not very good at that.
Brentha, you good at intimidating?
Or talking to
I
people.
I am proficient in both intimidation and persuasion. So
I nominate
perhaps
Grentha.
Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna sit over here
Because,
and like eat some biscuits that I stole from dinner last night.
I'm totally not good at either of them.
gonna sit
Investigation, yes, but
next
not
to
persuasion
Zakari
or
and try and
intimidation.
beg off a biscuit because I already ate mine. Give her the puppy eyes.
just
So
Good.
as you guys are standing there, with this unconscious thing, you hear like a bone fall back over the ridge, like kind of back where you guys were. Like you hear some bones fall.
What do we see when we look that way?
You don't see anything.
You want us to check it out? Investigate, make sure there's not other lizard people.
I mean, do one of you head up there?
Who's
Yeah,
the
but,
stealthiest?
It's probably you.
I'll go if you go, but I'm not stealthy.
I'm
Got 3. Yeah.
pretty stealthy.
All right.
I will go stealthy.
I will go with
All right, roll me
Zakari.
stealth.
Give me a biscuit.
Okay.
Yeah. And Pebble will pick up
Gave
her
you half
longbow
a
and just
biscuit.
get ready.
Okay, 17 for stealth.
14 for me.
All right, so you guys make your way up, and you see moving away 2 bullywogs, the frog people that were investigating your
Oh my god, they're
camp.
adorable.
last time, and they you can see they're like pulling back as they realize they've made noise, and they're like moving away.
No, wait. Hi, you're so cute.
Well,
I thought Zakari was the only one who went stealthing. We're still with the dude.
yeah. So Zakari, you see these 2 bullywogs.
No.
They don't see you. They're moving away. They're moving back
go.
out of the boneyard.
Yeah, no. She said she did go with me, and she rolled.
Yeah,
her
I said
she
I rolled a
did.
14.
So.
Yeah, you did. So
Yeah.
you,
I
Pebble,
just
you see them
broke
also.
stealth by them being cute.
Yeah, she broke the stealth. So
It's good
that's
that
the
they're
thing.
not paying
But
attention.
Yeah,
I don't care.
they're like, are you? I guess I'm just gonna like shout out, like, are you following us? Like,
And they like look up, and then you see them bolt.
I wave.
bye.
And then I'm very sad that they're not wanting to talk to us.
While they're off making friends, Grantha will kind of take her ponderously big finger and just kind of flick the lizard folk shaman in the forehead.
And it just like looks at you, and it's gagged right now, so it's just like looking at you malevolently.
You better be scared.
Your fellows are dead. And unless you wish to join them before your time, you will answer our questions. If this is understood thoroughly, nod your head.
It nods because we're in podcast form right now, so it nods.
Excellent. And like with one hand, just to remind him that she is not without means of putting him down herself. Like one hand does the sparky thing, the other kind of tugs off the gag.
Yeah, and Pebble got is still a little standing further back, still with that really outraged face, a really cold fury with her bow, and just like, just give me a reason. Just give me a reason.
Sisnek will devour you all.
You wouldn't be the first to try.
The others were nothing. We are all nothing before Sisnek.
I'm sure. Why do you defile the dead?
These? And then like looks down at the bones. Those were our tributes to Sisnek. As you would have been if we had seen you.
Does this name mean
Right.
anything to me, Sisnek?
Roll me a religion check.
That's what I was hoping you would say.
Me too, please.
That was
Yeah, go
only
ahead.
an 8, so no, probably
Yeah,
not.
we'll go with 2. There can be 2 checks on this, so.
Grantha is actually proficient in religion.
20.
20?
Dirty 20.
Sisnek is a demon lord. So this is a demon worshipping lizard folk.
Demon worshipping lizard
Ooh.
fold.
Hold on, let me check its sleight of hand. It doesn't have it. That's still pretty good. Is anyone's passive perception above a 17?
11.
Mine is at 17.
Yeah, so you see it starting to work its hands in like a slightly in a spell-like form.
I want to cast Sacred Flame at it.
Go ahead and cast Sacred Flame. It automatically succeeds because it's a dex save, right?
I mean, it's a deck save.
Yeah, it's tied up.
Yeah.
You automatically hit. Do damage.
Okay.
Man, she's just clopped it on the head.
2 radiant damage.
2 radiant damage. So you see its hands going, you Sacred Flame, and as you hit it, just fog erupts from this, and you are all engulfed in fog. and
Hey!
You cannot see anything.
Did we hear it hit?
You can hear it. So you are now, the area is heavily obscured, and you can listen. You hear a scraping noise, like scales dragging on the ground.
Well, when it comes back around to my turn, I have another spell I want to cast, but I'll wait till everybody else does
We can hop
stuff.
into initiative again, just the old initiative. So Grantha.
All right, so she would have been like right by the smoke. We should be able to like swipe out with a shocking grasp.
You may swipe out with the shocking grasp. Make a attack roll with disadvantage because you can't see more than a couple feet in front of your face.
Fair enough. So lowest on that is that's a natural 20 and a 14 in total.
14 in total. Let me check something. That hits. You hit something, and it doesn't feel like the right shape, but you definitely hit something. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, that is 1d8. That is 3 points of lightning damage.
3 points of lightning damage. You inflict it, and you hear like a growl, but it's much deeper than it was before. Like it's a little more resonant. Like there's a larger chest cavity there. Not like it got bigger, but like the sound of it changed.
Okay, and as an aside, since I hit with it, it cannot take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Good to know. Thank you. All right, Vivi, you cannot, or sorry, Pebble, you cannot see this thing anymore. It disappeared into the fog cloud. You can attempt to hit it via just kind of hearing it, because you can hear something scraping and moving along the ground.
Right. But I do know where my allies are, so I'm not going to hit them, right?
You will not hit your allies. You can make a roll at disadvantage, but you won't hit any of your allies.
All right.
Tempting as it is to put an arrow into Grentha.
Right. So what I'm thinking she would do is she can see she's going to drop her bow, and she's going to try again with her 2 swords and just, see if she can hit something in the direction of where she can hear it.
So you like move forward and you slash down where the sound is.
That is 16.
16 hits.
With the first one. And it is 12 for the second one.
12 just hits.
All right, so that's a 6. The first one is 9 damage.
Nice.
And the second one is 4 damage. So it's 10
4 damage.
total.
So you come forward and you see, as you come forward through the fog, you see your arrow with blood on it laying on the ground. You see the ropes having just like collapsed in on themselves. And a couple feet from it, you see a crocodile moving away.
Shapeshifter.
And you slash it and you do some deep damage on it, but it is still attempting to get off into the fog cloud and disappear.
You crocodile, stay here.
Zikari, it is now your turn. You hear Pebble say, "Crocodile, stay here."
What on earth? And the frog people have taken off. But
The fog people have taken off. You're up on the ridge. You're like 30 feet away, and you're like, "Wait, what? What?"
I guess I'm just gonna be like, I guess we'll figure out their deal. I don't know if they appear again and head towards the ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you move into the fog cloud, but you can't actually see what's happening at this point. So I would say to like orient yourself to where it's going, make a perception check because you were like a little far away.
Okay.
What's that? The DC is like a 13 to figure out what the heck's going on.
Okay, 17.
17. You like hear the noise. You figure out where things are going on. You can move we'll say you like move 15 feet into the fog cloud. You now can move 15 feet towards what's happening and try to help. So what would you like to do?
I guess I am just going to be like, what's going on? And can I hold an attack until someone tells me what's going on?
You may. You can.
Yes.
So once you realize what's happening, you may launch your attack.
Okay.
You let me know when that is. The monster's turn. The crocodile is going to continue to slink off into the fog. I'm going to say Pebble and Grentha both can have an opportunity attack if they want it as it moves away.
Okay, well.
And it's going to try to disappear into the fog.
So I don't have Warcaster, so I'm assuming I wouldn't be able to do a Shocking Grasp as an opportunity attack. All right.
Level
Well,
one.
she'll swat out, or actually, she'll like draw a dagger and try to slash out with that.
Nice.
She actually has pretty decent dexterity. That is
So
another
roll
14 to
attack.
hit.
14 hits.
That is 7 points of piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage. That is enough to get it to drop crocodile form. And it is going to take additional damage on top of that. So
Do
he
I
takes.
see it as a lizard?
You hear the shout. You hear the shouts. Pebble,
Just
did you
wait
hit?
a second.
I'm guessing I can only get one swipe in, not both.
Yeah, you can only get one swipe in.
All right, so that was an 11. That's 16 to hit.
16 hits.
All right, let's see. And that is 4 damage.
4 damage. Very nice. So that is not enough to kill him. As he
Make him unhappy.
off into the fog cloud, and you hear a hissing laughter.
Okay, is it
And
my
what-
turn?
It is not your turn because that was just its movement action.
Oh.
It is going to
Okay.
cast a spell. You hear rattling bones on either sides of you. You can't see what's happening, but you hear just the rattling of bones. And you
At
hear
that-
the laughter as it moves off into the fog bank.
As I hear that, can I just like make a?
Zakari, you see a pile of bones start to like swirl up, and like a skull emerge on top, and it start to form generally into the shape of a humanoid, and it to reach down and pick up a rusted weapon and like move towards you. You can take a swipe at the skeleton.
Well, shit. Oh, I'm gonna use my saving face.
Mm-hmm.
Still probably won't hit, but we'll try it and see. 10 plus 15.
15 hits.
Okay. I'm like, I use that thing. Okay, so I rolled a 4. Okay, so 11 damage.
11 damage. Very nice. Yeah, you swipe your sword into it, and you just like take it's slashing damage, right?
I believe.
Yeah, it's a skeleton, so okay, it takes half damage. But yeah,
Oh,
you like
it's
swipe
piercing
in.
actually.
Oh, it's piercing. So you
Yes.
like strike it, and like you knock a bunch of ribs out, and there's like a huge clatter of bones as these ribs just go flying, but it still mostly holds its shape and continues towards you. It is now Ort's turn.
Okay. Ort is really tired of this crap. So she is going to grab her holy symbol of the Luxon and hold it before her and cast Create or Destroy Water. And I can destroy fog in a 30-foot cube.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
So Ort just like holds up and say, Luxon, and like light shines out and just burns away the fog. And it burns away, and you see about 30 feet away from you, you see the lizard shaman just looking at you like looking around confused, just out in the open, having formerly been hidden. And you see a skeleton over by Zakari, missing several ribs, and you see another skeleton shuffling towards Kavelin. That it's like about 7 feet from you. It's like got pretty close without you seeing it.
Okay, that's all I can do. But you can see him. Kill him now, guys.
Kavelin, there's a skeleton like almost on top of you.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Thank you. I'm gonna assume it's in melee range with me already, yeah?
Yeah, you can slide forward to melee range, no problem.
No, as in like I would get an opportunity attack if I ran away from it.
No, it's not close enough for you. It was like
Alright.
it was not
I will-
within 5 feet.
Head over to Zakari then.
Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, she was already pretty banged up.
Yes.
So I'll get there. It's okay. I got you. And we'll also bash against the one she's fighting to get.
All
rid
right,
of
roll an attack.
her. 13.
13 ties. You hit.
Oh no, sorry, not 13. 10.
10. Okay, yeah, that misses.
Yeah. Where, Bobbies? Oh, okay. Next time, then.
Grantha.
Okay, well, she can see the shaman now,
You can see the shaman.
and thankfully this spell has a 120-foot range. So she's going to cast Chaos Bolt. She's going to kind of raise her arm to say, "This ends now, wretched demon spawn." And let's see, natural freaking 20.
Nice. Roll your damage.
So
Good one.
So max damage on top of that, or double the die.
Let's double the dice. Let's have some fun.
Okay, well, for
Is
this
that
spell,
our
that
first
is very
natural
interesting.
20 of this game?
I think it is. I think it's the first natural 20 of this
I think it's
campaign.
in combat.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
think we might have had one before, but not in any sort of combat thing.
Woohoo!
Yes, proof.
It's the thing.
I just figured
It's
we
good
need to
stuff.
take a minute to celebrate that.
Okay,
Woot,
so
woot,
for Chaos Bolt, that is 2d, so 48 plus 2d6.
Very nice. What kind of damage is it?
Well, that is the interesting thing. So for one, I did get two of the same number. So a 1, a 3, a 3, and a 6. So for damage, let's go with we'll go with the classic. We'll do fire damage,
All right.
and so that's 13 points of fire damage, and it bounces to another target
Ooh.
because
Does it do
when you get two of the
another
same
13
number,
points?
so 13 points on that target, and then I'll make another.
Yeah, he has to roll again for it to
yeah.
bounce. Because if he rolls the
Oh,
same
yeah, that's right.
numbers
Well,
again, it bounces
so-
again and again and again.
So you
Yeah.
you grab magical energy and just condense it into a ball, and that condensing power just sparks and lights, and you just hurl it at this shaman, and it strikes him as he's standing there just looking like, what just happened to my fog? And it's just blasted with fire, and a charred remains falls to the ground, and it's going to bounce off of him and go and strike the skeleton in front of Zakari.
Okay.
So roll damage again.
I need to make a weapon, or I need to make a spell attack before I
Spell
do that.
attack, yeah.
So that is 19 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay. That is. So that's 2d8 plus 1d6. That is 14 plus 3. So that is 17 points of. We'll do thunder damage.
Ha! So this thing, the bolt, the fire disappears as it's just this like roiling bit of energy, and it hits and it just explodes outward, and the bones are sent flying in every direction. And there's this pause with the other skeleton as it like shuffles forward, and then you see like the green light that's lighting its eyes just slowly fade as the shaman is no longer there supporting it, and it just collapses in a pile of bones on the ground. And the boneyard is now quiet, and you are all level 2.
Yay!
Ta-da!
Oh, I love being a sorcerer.
I'm
Yeah.
swiping one of the bones from the skeleton when Pebble's not looking, because it's the first really big, scary fight. And I want a memento.
You want a little memento from?
Yeah. But I make sure Pebble's not looking because I'm not sure if that would be cool with her. And she's scary when she's angry.
Yeah, Pebble is probably going over to the shaman, trying to gently remove whatever bones he got so she can put them to rest, and also see if he has any nice and shiny.
So we can say you guys take a short rest as bones are removed, corpses are pillaged, and other things. The lizard folk have dutifully stacked the skulls and bones of their victims in a mound near the center of the boneyard. Most of the equipment and clothing of these victims has been cast aside or destroyed. But there are, oh, this is lovely. Pebble is going to like this. There are, let me roll some dice real quick. 8 gold teeth that you find in that pile that are worth 1 gold each. So you find 8 gold worth of gold.
Teeth.
Eight teeth worth of gold. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Scouting around, you also find their habitat. And what you find in there is far less morbid and more useful. You find a wand of magic detection, a small collection of holy symbols that appear to have been looted from their victims. And one of them is actually a tarnished silver amulet that's worth 25 gold pieces and feels cold to the touch.
Right. Somebody keeping track of this?
No.
No, because you're looting, you're writing it down.
I'm probably talking while I'm
So
doing
the
that
wand of
to
magic
the person.
detection, one of you can add to your I'd probably make most sense for Grentha to have it, since it just gives you the ability to cast an additional spell. You can it has 3 charges. You can expend 1 charge to cast detect magic from it, and you regain 1d3 charges a day from it. So it just lets you cast detect magic.
She just kind of like leans over. Well, that looks very interesting. May I have one of those wands?
Go ahead. She just pocketed the gold teeth and just added them as currency.
Are there any
because they're gold.
Are any of the holy symbols the Luxon?
There is one Luxon one there. It's actually quite nice. It's not like monetarily nice, but it's not made of, hot glued together pieces of glass.
I'd like that, please.
And do we know any of the other symbols?
One of them is hold on. I somehow jumped places on this. There it is. One of them is I'm gonna say this wrong and somebody's gonna get mad at me, but Thrazadun.
Thrazadun?
Yeah. That's
a bad one.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That is it is a crooked 7-pointed star made of chains. And it feels distinctly cold to the touch. And you know this as the Chained Oblivion. This is a bad deity.
I put that one in a baggie.
That's not the one worth money, right? Because you
That
told
is
me there
the
was
one worth
one
money.
that was cold to the touch and
That
worth
is the
money.
one that was worth money. That is the nicest one. It is made of silver. And it is
We put that in a baggie.
It feels like it feels like it was sitting in ice. It is actually like chilling to the touch.
We could grind that up and have silver dust.
What would you need with silver dust?
Oh, there are a few things here or there that I could possibly do with silver dust, but
Can
Is that the bloody ceremony spell?
Yeah, it is. If anybody wanted to come of age,
not familiar with that spell,
or get married or die, I could possibly help with that.
I have a feeling we don't have anything to grind it up here, so let's seriously just put that away safely.
That's
rocks.
Not
Not grinding. That's smashing.
If you smash enough, it becomes ground.
Right.
I've
so Pebble is just going to put that into a bag.
lot of things.
And put that safely away from Ort.
Oh, fine.
That's like, Yeah, no. Gonna see if we can sell that first.
But it would be so much more useful than the scary cold thing.
With all due
I mean-
respect, I don't think any of us will marry anytime soon. In the swamp right now, this minute.
Well, no, but there are other things I could do with it. I could keep one of you from becoming undead if you died.
That's helpful.
True, but why don't we save? We'll save that thought for when one of us actually dies.
Okay,
Oh,
we'll
oh,
revisit that.
Oh, guys, there were frog people. They were so cute.
There were frog
They-
people.
There were frog people looking at us, and then they ran away.
Did they see you?
I tried to say hi, but they ran.
Huh. Wonder if
That's
they were.
roughly the sounds they made. Yeah.
I wonder if they were intimidated by our rather handy slaughter of the lizard men.
We were very intimidating.
Yeah, I was surprised at that last spell.
Yeah. I didn't see
Your
much,
chaos?
but
Yes, it was very
there were
cool.
lots of horrible screams of death.
Right. How are we gonna we're gonna do the hit points for the short rest? Are we gonna just go back up to the full second level hit points, or because Zakari and we both got hurt?
Or are we just adding what we rolled to what we were
Oh,
already
that's a
at?
good question.
Are we leveling now? Is the basic question.
Yeah, level now.
All right.
And we'll just say you all go back to full hit points.
Yay.
Okay. I
What
like
about
that.
spell
'Cause
slots?
This was still morning, if I recall correctly. That this was you guys snuck away. You guys spent like a few hours, and then you came across this. So it's like
Yeah.
It's
maybe
still pretty
midday.
early in the
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, and you guys were moving westward through the marsh, and you had seen like a ruined tower, which is like a common kind of like landmark in the swamp used for orientation. It is a large crumbling tower in the middle of this marsh. And you guys had generally been making your way towards that. So it has now been about, you guys have searched, you guys feel better, you feel somehow a little stronger, maybe emotionally more confident and, a little more magical, perhaps, and are getting ready to set off again. Are you guys you guys are generally continuing westward, if I recall correctly, right?
Yep.
So
I
I
believe
think so. Yeah.
let us cut our way through let's find a path through the swamp with a quick little survival check to find. As you guys exit the boneyard, you start moving back into the marshland, and the wet ground starts
Guidance.
sucking at your feet again, and you start seeking a drier path through the marsh.
Guidance.
Did you guys find out what the shaman was on about?
No,
he
he
was.
started to cast a spell while we were talking to him.
I mean, he spoke about sacrificing the people and the things that had the bones on him, and that forgot his name already, was so much better than we are, and we were all so much beneath him, and he was what, a demon?
Yeah,
Sesnick.
it was demony.
This is Nick. He's a demon god.
The Scissor
Sesnick.
Sisters are a demon god?
Something really bad. He was following something really bad and sacrificing people and things to it.
Okay.
So when he started to get free, Ord reacted just right. trying to get him, and then he turned into a crocodile and tried to get away. I know you
It was
guys probably
very
couldn't see
uncool.
it because you saw the cute froggies, right?
There were frogs and then there were fogs.
Just don't go pet the frogs, okay? They're not very friendly.
No.
Okay, so and I rolled survival, and it's 17
Plus a D4.
plus a
We gave
D4.
you guidance.
You gave me guidance, all right, and a D4. Where's my D4? That is totally not a D4. That is totally not. Come on. In the big dice pouch. Here we go. Okay, and that is a 2. So that's 19.
19 survival?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Altogether.
you are able to lead the party forward, and there's really no dry path for a little bit, and it starts getting significantly soft ground. Like it starts getting a little scary, and then you manage to find your way out of that before the mud gets really serious. There is a point though where you guys are like carrying your weapons above your head because it's starting to get to the water is starting to get to stomach level, and you guys Pebble finds a route up to higher ground where you're just walking at like shin level
Stomach
water.
level to them or stomach level to me?
Oh, you have to like be high. You're like up on. You're like piggyback riding on somebody.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm like, you realize I'm real short over here.
For the record, who is piggybacking Ort? Just.
I can.
Yeah, I was imagining like on Cavellin just being like, ah!
And the whole time we're going, it's like Pebble keeps up just like this little tour guide thing. Yes, the swamp is really pretty, and over there, this is that kind of tree, and over here is that kind of root, and watch out for that snake, please. It is beautiful, but do not step on it. And isn't the swamp the most beautiful thing you ever see? And she's getting kind of animated. You've never seen her animated before, but she's like talking about all these beautiful things, and everybody else is like,
Nope. Cavellin will be super into it.
Good.
You remember she was asking about all the birds and all the bees before, and yeah, but she's this close to taking notes, but she can't really keep her hands away or take her hands away from Ort. So
yeah, hopefully not losing any more shoes.
No, I have laces now.
Very important.
So as you guys are walking, I feel like we did do this. Yeah, all right. Let's continue on then, because I'm like crossing things up in my head, and I don't want to accidentally do anything. What last time? I'm like blanking on it. We did a snake attack last time, didn't we?
We did not. No.
We did a vine attack.
We did a vine attack. That's right.
Like snakes, but not snakes.
But not snakes. Well, as you're walking through the shin deep water, Cavellin, you feel something brush against your leg.
Let me change that. Yes, we totally already did that.
You feel something brush against your leg, Cavellin.
Is it?
Like underwater.
Yeah, I will stop. Did you mention those weird things before in the water? The long ones, the fish.
Oh, the beautiful ones, the beautiful snakes that you should not step on.
Yeah, well, you said fish, then you said snakes, then you talked about the crocodiles. Either or
brush against your other leg.
Something is
no. While she's
here,
and now it brushes against the back of your leg.
Tom, while she's saying this, I'm technically in the same 5-foot space as her.
Oh yeah, you are, because you're piggybacking.
So I'm going to cast Word of Radiance around us. Everything other than me and her and my allies that's within a 5-foot radius of us needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
What's the number?
15.
Ooh, it rolled a 17 on the dice.
Oh, come on.
So you feel this brush against one leg, brush against the other leg. It brushes against the back of your legs. And Cavellin, you're like wondering what this is. And Ort holds out the symbol of the Luxon, and this radiant light flashes. And in the water, you see this massive shadow of a snake. And it is coiling around your legs.
Okay, but that didn't get it, so let's go.
Well, the light illuminates, and the thing just and sucks down. It rolled a 18 on its constrict attack on Cavellin.
And I have no shield out because I'm carrying Ort, so that's my armor class easily matched.
You take. I can hold on. You could have carried your shield while I was holding
carrying
on.
my shield while I'm walking. I'm not expecting. Like, how can that shield from below? That doesn't make no sense.
You take
Fuck
12 points of bludgeoning damage as this crushes your legs together, and you are now considered to be restrained as this thing starts pulling you underwater. You are not underwater yet, but you are getting yanked underwater by this thing.
Can I, as a reaction, take Ort and throw her to Grantha?
Yes. So you guys see
It was like,
Cabela and like just not go for weapons, just chuck Ort off of her. Because Ort goes like flying to Grantha like a little goblin missile. Just like, I'm gonna say let's go around real quick and we'll all take a reaction action in whatever order you guys want to go in without rolling initiative here. So who you guys see this, or you just flew through the air, or what are you doing? Let's go with what are you doing first.
Okay, what am I doing? So
Screaming.
I know, a little bit. And as I'm flying through the air, I can't change directions or anything like that. I want to do something sweet though. So I guess let's go ahead and Kevellin, you're okay with hit dice? You're cool. You took about
Yeah, he said we
half,
can heal
but
up. So
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
all
I'm
back.
good.
You're all back.
I
up.
didn't. I never got really damaged. And you healed me back, but I have second wind. You don't worry
Okay.
about me. You're fine.
So
Yeah, we're
then
all good.
I'm going to, as I'm flying through the air, I'm going to turn around and cast Guiding Bolt on it.
Flying.
So light streaks from my Luxin, and I'm still using the awesome DIY one, not the new one. And let's see, it's going to be a melee range, or it's going to be a ranged spell attack. So that is 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Yay! Okay. So it is going to be 4d6 damage. Oh, I only have 3d6. I'm gonna have to roll. Okay. It's 15 damage.
15 damage. All right. So you
It's radiant damage, and the next attack roll has advantage
all right. So
as
you
it's shedding mystic light.
hold out your Luxon symbol and it streaks out, and everybody can see as this snake just begins to glow in the water. And
And then I want to cannonball into the mud.
every contour as or then just shouts cannonball and flops into the water. All right. Who would like to go next?
well, Tom, can you check the Zoom for a second?
Oh, I won't say lightning damage. No, the lightning spell maybe, but like just
Okay.
a small amount of lightning damage now.
Okay, because if possible, I would like to then take out my rapier. Well, I had my rapier and just kind of like slash at my thigh a little bit, and I will take some damage and activate the Crimson Rite of the Storm on my rapier.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, and of course I take max damage to myself because that's how it works. And then I'm going to attack, like
All right.
try and stab down at flippin' glowy snake.
With advantage,
Oh yes,
because the guiding
yes.
bolt.
These two. Okay, 25 to hit.
25 damage. Woo!
No, to hit.
Oh, yeah, that definitely.
And then, wow, 9 damage because
9
I
damage?
rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh, well,
Oh.
you pull your sword out, and as you do, you leave your arm out and you draw it along your arm and imbue it with like with like sparks and the what you took. Which rite did you take?
I took Rite of the Storm, so it's lightning damage. So yeah, there was 2 points of lightning and then 7 points of piercing.
It crackles with energy, and you just like flip reverse your grip and stab it down, and the snake begins to spasm. Kevellin, make a grapple check with advantage.
Sweet. Oh yeah, that's a rolled 18, so +3, 21.
Yeah, you feel it loosen on you, and you just shove down and shoot out of this constriction that it has put on you, and you quickly escape its grasp. So now Cavellin is out of its grasp. What would any of the rest of you like to do? Grantha, what are you thinking?
Grantha is thinking, it's a large snake, but it is just a snake. She's going to go ahead. She's going to, sorry to sound like a broken record, she will extend her hand again, and her whole hand gets enveloped in this shadowy, cold energy. And it seems like a projection of her hand just kind of floats out towards the snake. She's going to cast Chill Touch.
Ooh. All right, go ahead and roll an attack on that.
Yep.
It's no longer a disadvantage. It's no longer an advantage because Guiding Bolt only lasts for one attack, correct?
Yeah, that's 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay, and that is for Chill Touch is 1d8. It is 4 points of necrotic damage.
So it takes 4 point. Chill Touch is necrotic damage,
Yes.
not cold damage.
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well then,
That's like the frost one,
It's
right?
like a necromancy
It's like a
kind of
it's
thing.
a spectral
Yeah,
ghostly hand.
because I was gonna like lean into it being cold and all that, and then I was like, oh, it's
No.
necrotic damage. Never mind. All right, it takes the damage.
It's like touch of the grave.
Pebble, would
Yeah.
you like to do anything as this snake has lost its quarry?
Yes. Can I do Hunter's Mark on it?
You may.
All right. And so once I do that, is that all I can do, or can I attack it too? How
No, you
close
can
is it to
attack
me?
it.
Nope, that's a bonus.
Yeah, it's a
so-
bonus.
It's a bonus.
Action. You can attack it.
Okay. So how far is it away from me? Am I like close
you're-
by?
You are 10 feet away. You could move to it very easily, or you could just shoot it with your arrow.
Okay. Well, I think I want to go ahead and wade a little closer through the water with my two short swords. And let's see, extra 6 damage. Okay, so also when I leveled up, I chose the 2 weapon fighting as my proficiency.
Ooh, very nice.
So that means I can add my proficiency on top of the damage, right?
Correct.
damage
On
roll?
your
Alright.
on your offhand, yes.
All right. All right. Now let's see. Let's see if we can hit something. All right. So the first one is 16.
16 hits.
All right. And the second one on the floor. That again. The second one is 24.
Those both hit.
All right. So that is 1d6 plus 2. Wait, 1d6 is 2 plus the 3, right? No, it's the 5, right? My proficiency bonus, is it the same number as for the hit?
No, your
it's just
proficiency is like, so it's whatever your weapon is in there. It says like, 1d6 plus whatever.
Yeah.
You get to add that for your offhand now also.
Okay, so for the first one, it is 5 damage plus another 1d6 for Hunter's Mark, right?
Yes.
Okay. So 5 plus 4, the first one is 9 damage.
Very good.
All right, the second one is 5 plus 3, that's 8. And another d6 for Hunter's Mark. That's 10. Or
Wow.
does Hunter's Mark only go once?
I think Hunter's Mark only goes once, but it had 2 hit points left at that point. So,
Right. So
how do
the
you guys
first
feel
hit he
about
killed it.
steak for dinner? As Pebble wades in and just and cleaves this thing in half, and now there are 2 halves of a snake floating in what are increasingly bloody marshland waters.
Right.
But
Pebble definitely wants the skin because
I wanted that.
we still have to cover Cavellin's
it's a
shield.
giant constrictor snake, so there's a lot. This thing is literally listed in the huge category for
All
size.
right,
It's
There's plenty for everyone.
Okay,
Cavellin,
I was
how-
like, I wanted skin.
How do you feel about snake skin on your shield?
Oh, that would be cool. And
Mm.
she's yet again covered in mud and water and puts her hair back and yeah.
I mean, this is your first huge creature that you helped us fight. So
Yeah, that was
I-
great as a bait. That was all planned.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You were taking hits for us. So absolutely.
I
That
like
is your trophy.
thanks. I mm, nothing against your swamp, but it really doesn't taste nice.
You're not supposed to eat the swamp. You're supposed
No,
to.
don't drink it.
It's not good for you, my love.
Gee, if only I'd known that before I had a cuppa.
All right, let's chop it up.
All right.
Yay!
I want to say you guys don't need to make a roll to skin this thing. You take your time. You skin it. You clean the meat. You have yourself. You guys can all add like 2 rations each. You get a lot of meat off of this, and the swamp denizens among you know some really good snake meat recipes.
Nom nom nom. Probably like.
It is, however, starting to get dark. So you are still in the midst of shin-high water.
Oh,
this
so
is
fine.
This is not good sleeping ground.
No, and I can't destroy this water right now.
No.
Well, let's
There's
see if
too
we can
much of
find
it.
some higher ground to rest.
I'm out of spells.
So
Can like whatchamacallit, Zakari and Pebble like assist each other looking for a good
one of you can
spot?
assist the other one. If
Guidance.
You either can both roll, or one of you can roll with advantage.
What do you want to do?
But I can only give one person guidance.
What are we rolling? Sorry. got distracted.
Survival.
I got.
Yeah, so we're the same. So you want to roll?
Yeah. All right.
Sure. Roll advantage and guidance. Don't at me.
All right. Guidance was +4.
Mhm.
D4.
D4.
D4. All right,
Oh, it's
that
that
is
1d4.
9, 12, 16, and then I do one second one, right?
Yeah, do a second one. That's pretty good though. So we'll see if you get.
Excuse me.
23.
23, yeah. Inside the hour, you were able to find quite a good bit of ground for camping. And you were able to set up camp as it's starting to get quite dark and the cacophony of insects is back. The just wall of insect noise falls on you as night begins, as twilight turns into night. What order are you guys doing your watches in?
I'll go first.
Yeah, I'll go second because I want to look out for the frog people.
I think there's a.
If I remember correctly, Pebble likes the darkest, deepest part of the night, correct?
Yeah,
So Pebble
yeah.
will probably take third watch.
probably.
I'll
And
take
then-
4 or 5, either way.
I do have alarm,
Ooh.
which is
That's
you set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. Choose a door, a window, or an area within range that's no larger than a 20-foot cube. Until the spell ends, an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the watered area. And it alerts me mentally.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
set up alarm. if you wanted to.
I can set up an audible alarm of a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet.
Yeah, probably a good call.
Okay, so I don't even know. I'm bad with feet. A 20-foot cube. How big is that?
That's enough for you guys. If you all slept
we
in a
can
rather
all-
compact space, you could get it around you guys.
All
Or
right,
it's little.
okay. So
Or
I
it is very little.
so I'm gonna set up the alarm spell around our campsite so that we can actually all rest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I still want to look out for people until I fall asleep.
Feel free.
Okay.
You can't.
So
stop me.
20-foot circle?
Cube.
Square.
Cube.
What?
Cube, yeah. So
Cube.
20-foot cube. So you guys are all sleeping in fairly compact space, but it's not the worst. You guys aren't like on top of each other, so it could be worse.
Yeah. Grintha's kind of like probably has more than one of her companions kind of draping the arm of her robe kind of over them like a blanket.
He's cozy.
But
He is.
before she falls asleep, Ort wants to take the snake skin and braid it into like a thong and put the new nice Luxon symbol on it and make a necklace for Kvelin. And then she's just gonna like put it around her neck and then go to sleep.
Yeah, Pebble will probably prep the snake skin, like scrape it off and clean it off and do all that, so that we can, at some point, put it on her shield, so she can show off her snake killer skills.
We're just taking care of
Do any
Kvelin.
She's like the baby.
We're so wholesome.
This is what happens when she's so young. And she carried me. Like, come on.
Thank you. And Kvelin will cry a little.
'Cause otherwise, that snake was totally going to eat me if I was in the water. That was like twice as big as me.
You were clearly going to be dessert in that scenario.
Because you're so sweet.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm here complimenting your wife. What are you going to do about it?
Nothing, because he left her out of the,
I was out of
initiative.
initiative, so
He has no standing right now.
You
Yeah.
weren't out. He just labeled you as monster.
Oh boy.
I saw that and I'm like, I don't get it. What's I didn't put her in.
See.
Yeah.
So we're taking a long rest.
You are taking
Yeah.
a long rest?
I rolled a 13 for perception check for my watch. For the first watch.
You definitely hear frog croaking off in the distance. Not super close, but also not like you can't really gauge how far they are, but it's maybe a little over a mile away.
I rolled a 16 for my frog check. Definitely just specifically looking for frogs.
You definitely hear frogs.
But I don't see them. I
You don't see them.
They were super colorful, you guys. There was a red one, and there was a yellow one with green spots.
This is 17.
Actually, yeah, you guys, the frogs are
There's
definitely
frogs.
in the area.
Somewhere.
The frogs are definitely in the area, but they're not getting overly close.
That's good. All right.
So, morning is not really, I mean, this is overcast. The sun doesn't come out, but it gets less dark as it turns to morning. And the fire has burned. I'm assuming you guys made a campfire, has burned down, and there's just like, you guys didn't practice good fire safety, but you're in the middle of a swamp. Like, what dry wood is there to catch anyway? The
Like some
campfire is still
cattails.
just smoking a tiny bit, and you all wake up, and you can just barely make out. Probably only like a couple hours walk now is the you can see hazily off in the fog, the crumpled tower.
All right. So we should probably be a little careful approaching that, because we don't know what happened or who's here or what's going on.
That's fair.
So, and I take Pebble takes a look at Kvelin and says, "I know there will be questions, but do remember them, and we'll talk about it later.
But what?
Any questions?
What things?
Any questions?"
there's a big tower.
Mm-hmm.
What's the towel for?
Mm-hmm. Shh.
But why?
Because I said so.
But why?
Because I said so.
You know the snake in the water? There could be things like that in the tower, but meaner.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
I mean, I'm also not shushy, so Pebble can shush all she wants, but
I mean, I'm still gonna say things, but I'm not gonna do it in this voice.
Just try not to be too loud. Can we do that?
I'm not loud.
no, I have big clinky mail.
She's
or
loud.
scale mail. I am loud.
Actually, my armor is also loud.
My armor is very loud.
Oh my god, poor Pebble. She's just in the front, like, gliding through the swamp, making no noise, and in the back it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flight of all stealthy characters.
Is that a bug? Clink, 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 clunk. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally a bug.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's.
Oh boy.
All right, so let's carefully approach that tower and see if we can find any clues on what happened and where forgot her name is that we're looking for.
So you guys make your way about an hour or two through the swamp, and you find yourself at the base of this tower. It's squat, square, 3 stories, jutting out of the water, crumbling stones sagging with age. Half of the Timberward building's first floor has already been sunken into the marsh, as it is quite soft ground. Shadowy openings mark the locations of an arched doorway at ground level, and there are several small windows.
Do we know anything about this tower?
Those
Like,
of you
can
that
I
live in
roll
the
a history
swamp,
check or something?
those of you that live in the swamp know that this tower has been here as long as anyone can remember. It has been a ruin as long as anyone can recall. And that's including some of the horizon-back tortoises, the older horizon-back tortoises. This may predate the Kryn dynasty itself, and it has been ever so slowly sinking into the mud for generations.
Okay. Very old tower. Probably watch your step. It might like crumble.
Right,
Well,
if
we're not going to go in it, right?
Can I investigate around it and see if I can find like traces of somebody who was here, or anything that will point us in the direction of the person we were looking for?
Yeah, you can make that would be a survival check.
Right, that is a 15.
A 15. It's difficult because the swamp ground is so soft that it doesn't hold tracks for very long. But you can tell that the ground around this area has been disturbed on a few occasions in the last week or so. That this appears to be being the only major landmark of the swamp. Many creatures use this as a waypoint, and will use this as a way to orient themselves.
Is there any way, can I tell if that was like big creatures or like smaller humanoid-sized creatures?
There
Just
is
in
one
a
that
general.
appears to be one that is a smaller humanoid creature. You find one distinct track that appears to be like a goblin.
Alright, so I share that information with the party, and I say, yeah, there's a lot of things that will come by here to get their bearings, but there's one thing right here that looks distinctly like a goblin. In which way is that one pointing, by the way?
It appears to be heading west.
So basically past the tower and further in the direction that we were heading before.
Yeah. And wow, yes. I know we're not on camera anymore, but we have a cat appearance.
Oh, kitty
Yay,
cat.
kitty.
Meow meow. Meow meow needs treats.
Natural 20. So while Pebble is investigating, Grentha, in your back, you just feel a slight prick.
Ooh.
You take 1 point of damage. And I need you to
Oh,
make a
that's not
Constitution
good.
saving throw.
Oh boy. Well, at least I'm
Blow
proficient in those.
darts.
Oh, you're good
That's
at
a
those.
blow
Blow
dart.
darts.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. So +4 for me. This can only end well. Okay, 16.
So, all right, so you actually make it. So you were just poisoned as you feel like the world starts to get a little fuzzy and your balance gets a little odd and you kind of sway on your feet and you're not really sure what just happened.
Oh.
Okay.
When I see him do that, I go, "Oh, I did not bring the right spells for this."
Can we tell where it came from?
It came from somewhere behind you, but it just kind of came out of nowhere. And you can roll a perception check to see if you can see where it came from.
Right. Which is perception. Am I blind? Which is a 15.
A 15, you see so there's the tower and a large open space and then like the marsh and like tall grass.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a frog-like figure ducking back into the grass.
All right. So Pebble is going to point in the direction and say, "There's the frogs. He's hiding in the grass."
Little bastard poisoned me.
Hi, frogs.
How far away are they?
That was about like, we'll say it's like about 30 feet from you, from the edge of the tower. You were like right at the tower, so.
Are we gonna try to attack him?
Well, he just tried to poison our Grantha, so I don't think they're really going to be very friendly. You know, they're very territorial.
Yeah, but maybe it was a misunderstanding.
I don't think
Ooh.
poison's a misunderstanding. I'm gonna cast a spell when I get a chance.
Okay. I rolled another natural 20, so. I'm only doing 1 point of damage with this, so let's see. There's 4 of you that haven't been hit, so I'm gonna roll a d4. Zakir's a 1, Kavelin's a 2, Ort's a 3, Pebble's a 4. It is a 2. Kavelin, you feel a little prick up on the side of your neck.
Nope, maybe not a misunderstanding.
You take 1 point of damage. Roll me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
No.
Come on.
That is a natural 1.
Oh!
You guys just
And
see
Kavelin just falls
Kavelin
over.
just go face first into the ground, unconscious.
Maybe not a misunderstanding.
This one appeared to come from a different angle.
That's scary enough. That's why I've been doing the anonymous donations.
Okay.
Okay.
I said Pikachu's not scary enough. That's why
So
I've been doing the
I am
anonymous
thinking the moment I see that, Pebble is probably going to try
Yeah.
and take off with that first frog with her 2 short swords, you know,
Yeah.
and just see if she can get to the frog and smush him.
Hold on, guys. I gotta take a picture because I just rolled again.
No, do not.
I'm sending you guys this picture because this is.
Whatever god you sold your soul to,
I'm
stop.
apparently saving all my rolls for this one.
And you were thinking Laura has weight dice. I think you got them.
No,
Hey!
these stone dice are decidedly, if they're weighted low.
Yeah, those dice always roll really bad. I'm surprised he's doing well with them.
So Pebble, you feel a little prick as you see a dart just appear in your chest.
All right.
Roll me a Constitution 15 saving throw.
Right. That is
Nah, I think
Constitution. That is actually a 20, a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You also you get that like weird the world starts spinning sensation. You have the poisoned condition, but you are not unconscious. And the world's a little wavy, but it's getting I just saw the cat's apparently just chilling in your dice tray. So the world's wavy and woozy. You are the equivalent of like you're pretty drunk right now, essentially.
So
Okay.
2 short swords, right?
Yeah. And you still can't see where this is coming from.
So have I actually reached the grass?
You're starting to reach the grass and you're just like kind of stumbling at this point.
And was I hit by the one that I'm running to, or was I hit like from the
You
other
were hit
one?
straight on, so
Right.
you're assuming it was the one you were coming towards.
At least I know which direction I'm running.
Yeah.
Can I cast my spell now?
Yes, you may.
In the grass area in front of where Pebble is running, I want to cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it is a. Let me make sure I get the right save here. It's a Dex 15 saving throw.
All right. Dex 15.
Yeah. If they're in a 20-foot cube, and I want to center it right at the edge of that grass, or I want to hit it right at the edge of that grass back 20 feet.
All right. So, what happens on a fail? Remind me.
So on a fail, any creature in the area is outlined by, I'm going to say, blue light. And they have every attack against them has advantage for the duration.
Blue light outlines 2 frog-like features in the grass.
All right, excellent. That's what I was looking for.
As you do that, from a location in the grass that is not lit by blue light, a dart pings off your scale mail. Doesn't hit you. Didn't roll a natural 20 on this one, but you see a dart come flying out that wasn't where you get the indication that maybe there's one that made it save.
Would Grintha have seen that dart coming? Or
Yes.
Okay, she's going to cast sleep on that area.
All right.
That is 5d8. That's a lot. That is 28.
28?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Dude, that's a good one.
you just in this like haze, just like cast your spell and just wait and just wait, and no more darts come flying out, and you just kind of sit there.
I think I got him. I think I
You
got
hear
him.
like a thud, like of a frog like dropping.
You see the two blue outlined ones are like in the mud laying down.
Oh, did he get all of them?
There were 3 of them, and he
We're
got
all
all
having a
of them.
slumber party.
Okay, guys, go coup de grace them. Can we like?
And Cavellin's just like, like it's the saw and wood noise at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, someone, let's go wake her up. How do we wake her up?
Yeah, so Cavellin, you are at home, wherever your home is for you, in your bed, like having just a wonderful dreamless sleep. And then like there's just this on your face.
No, I didn't steal the pies.
Yeah, and it's just like literally like it is your mom waking you up.
Oh God, no, my mom's a drunk.
And you
But-
just see Grentha standing over you. And there's this
Hey.
moment of
Did you get you had a
what?
rough night again, Mom? Oh, God. No. Hello. What? What
It's
did I miss?
okay.
Suddenly you realize that you're wet and laying in mud.
Why always every it just dried up?
Yes, unfortunately, your frog friend came back and were shooting us full of blowgun darts.
That's very
Excellent
not
bait
nice.
again.
Yeah, so you just Pebble, are you over there like just making sure they're not going to cause any more trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just see like Pebble walking through the marsh, walking through the grass with a sword out, bend down, come back up, walk to no spoit, bend down, come back up. Repeat it one more time, and then just kind of looks around and nods and comes back.
And totally always looking for shiny. She really likes gemstones.
They are not carrying anything particularly valuable. Their weapons are pretty basic. They are creatures of the swamp, and they take what the swamp provides. You feel a slight kinship, but you also know that they're just such territorial bastards. There's no parlaying with them.
All right. So, what she's actually going to do is she's going to cut one of their tongues out, and she's going to walk it on over to Cavellin and say, "Here's your trophy." You were
Yeah.
They're
You
just
were
asleep. They're not
excellent.
dead.
No,
they're
no,
dead
she
now.
totally
Dead now.
killed them all.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood what we were doing
No,
there.
I took
Yeah,
care
no,
of
she
that.
killed him.
I killed him, and then I because I'm like I can't take a tooth, so
No,
Fair
it's
enough. Okay.
I'm just gonna bring her a piece of the tongue. Like, here's your gift from the swamp. Thank you for being excellent bait again. You saved a
No,
lot of us.
fine. I know that just it's fine. I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't learn that.
You know, she's still standing there offering it to
could-
you.
you
You
could
might
eat
hurt her
it.
feelings.
You could eat it. They're kind of yummy.
I hear the legs are a little bit better.
You can cut that off yourself.
I
I
mean,
would,
maybe
but
the hearts or
I'm seeing
something,
like
but-
2 of all of you.
Yeah, I definitely did not bring the right spells for blowgun poison, so you're all on your own.
Well,
Are we still poisoned as well?
Probably, huh?
You guys, it shakes off after like an hour or two.
So how much points did we lose in that time?
You guys lost like, I think anyone who got hit lost 1 health point.
Okay.
Poison just makes you have disadvantage and everything.
Oh, okay. So not like tick down. Okay.
No, not video game poison. No.
Yeah, I don't like that very much at all.
But yeah, Cavella is going to have a little bit of a moment in terms of really not that helpful.
Aw.
But not like in a come give me a pep talk, but in a sort of slinking away and staying behind and being a little bit more quiet than usual, which I'm sure Pippa will appreciate.
I'll like toss her a biscuit.
She will take that biscuit.
Biscuits make everything better.
They
Yeah,
do.
true.
They really do.
And she will give you a sad little smile.
So the day is still fairly young. If you guys want to continue moving on, you see that the brief tracks that you see indicate that the goblin continued to move west.
Wait, are we at the tower right now, or are we going for the tower?
You're at the tower, but you can continue to move. Like you saw tracks leading.
Can we not go
Um,
into the
yeah.
tower to see
I
what's in
mean,
there?
we can check out the tower, or we can keep moving on and going after the goblin lady we're looking for.
I really want to see what's in the tower. It's
I mean,
an
I
old
guess
tower.
we could take a cautious peek inside.
Yay! And she's back to being super happy and excited.
Cautious. All right. So can we slowly approach and like look inside? Not just
Yes, you
not
may.
just run inside, but actually look inside.
Yes, you may.
All right. So what do we see?
In the first level of the tower, you see dilapidated, rotted wooden floors leading up. And roll a perception check.
All right.
Me too. I'll be basically at the front and
Mm-hmm.
eager and eager
18.
bordering stupid.
18. You see
Same.
it's subtle at first, but both of you make out what at first appeared to be kind of like clear silken ropes crisscrossing it, but distinctly appear to be webbing that get thicker as you go into the tower.
Remember, we're not going inside the tower. We're just looking.
But look at these webs; they're super big.
Yeah. Do you want to meet the spider who lives in there?
Yeah.
No. So do I know of any specific spiders that would
Yeah,
in
you
this
know
area
that
make
the
these
you
big
know that the
webs?
swamp can be home to some quite large arachnids, and that this would be definitely the sort of place they would like to take up in.
Right. So Pebble is gonna back up, and she's kind of gonna drag Cavellin with her and say, "These spiders get really big. They are really not nice."
Cavella will let herself be dragged along, but go.
This
Yeah.
is not safe.
Yeah, and I bet. I mean, they would really protect all those gemstones and shinies they have in there. Just imagine. look
they're
at
good
those
eating though.
webs. There's so many of them. They must have had so much time to collect all the treasure and from all the wanderers, like all the shiny gemstones.
I do love some shiny. I do, but I do not. Spiders are not my favorite friends. I love the swamp, but spiders are not my favorite friends. So let's stay on mission.
And what if they would kill more innocent travelers and more innocent swamp people and creatures that are your friends.
Once we finished our mission, we can come back and check on that. I mean, we know where they are. They're not going to go nowhere.
Then we can make spider cakes.
Also, there are not a lot of
Going full
people
WoW, huh?
who travel past here.
You're not helping, or
Oh, was I supposed to be helping?
I don't know. I just want to go inside.
I mean, she told me about a whole bunch of gemstones that are in there because she knows I like shiny. Because I dragged her out of there. But yeah, let's continue on and find that goblin we're looking for.
So the tracks lead through the clearing and back into it, and they disappear rather quickly as the ground gets softer. But you get the general sense that the that you're moving forward into the swamp. And this actually seems to be fairly better ground. It's a little easier to pick your way through the water and swamp as you are able to proceed west. And as you're traveling, what is it that you all do?
I think Cavellin will still try and guilt trip Pebble a little bit into the not killing the spiders and not making the swamp a safer place, and not actively, but whenever something is coming up, there will be a little bit of a grumble from the peanut gallery, from the sidelines, like, yeah, well, I know this is bad weather. We could have been safely inside in a tower after getting rid of a very dangerous spider group that kills people. Is it group of spiders? Like, how do you call a group of spiders? Is it a webbing?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm of a size where I'm pretty sure those spiders could eat me pretty easy, so I'm a fan of not going and confronting them.
What if
It's a clutter or a cluster, and I don't like the pictures with that. So I'm guessing that Pebble would be like, and then she will just kind of, you think she's talking to herself. Yeah, I know. I could have let her get eaten, but that's not really nice, is it? I mean, yeah, she's been good bait.
We are not letting anyone get eaten.
You know, we can all hear that, right? I mean,
Hear
I'm
what?
just checking in. You talking to your shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, we've been here the last 4 times you did it, and I'm okay with that. If you want to talk to your shoulder, you can talk to your shoulder, but why?
Nothing. I was not talking. I was talking to myself.
Why?
Maybe it's easier to talk to myself than talk to you right now.
Why?
Because you're annoying. And then she stomps away. I will never give her frog tongue again. No.
Camilla looks around.
No.
Like, she was talking to her shoulder, right? You all saw that.
Pebble, come back. It's your turn to carry me.
Greta kind of pats Cavell on the head. You are not annoying.
No, I am great and intimidating and terrible and destined for great things. I am also a little bit annoying, I know.
And Pebble was just flustered. You could tell that she was flustered and she was just looking for something to shut you up.
And Cavellin was genuinely just trying to sort of still being a little bit mad and pouty about the spider thing. So
when you say that, or has a very serious moment, which is not usual for her, but she looks at you and she goes, yes, you are destined for great things. And then she just like walks on like, oh, that was a weird thing and whatever. And
Didn't say nothing.
And Cavellin will actually blush. Because whenever she says things like that, you can tell that she's sort of trying to convince herself more than anything. And say it with like, fake it till you make it. So, yeah.
Ooh, do me a, I was gonna say,
or doesn't do serious a lot, but every once in a while she does.
So Pebble has walked off flustered, correct?
Yeah.
So the rest of you roll a quick perception check.
14.
I'm just looking for whoever gets the highest here.
I am totally good at that.
Okay.
11.
11.
7.
24?
Crushed it.
What are numbers?
Hey, perception is a wisdom-based skill.
Or-
This is something I'm actually good at.
Or
Yes.
you hear voices in
What
the
type
swamp.
of voices?
Human voices.
What are they speaking?
Just so you hear one voice just be like, the fuck were those? And he goes, you run into them sometimes, ghouls, wandering, just whatever dead. Sometimes they go after, but yeah. This probably looks like a good spot. And you hear clanking of metal.
But it's definitely in common.
Yeah, these are this in common speaking. Well, okay, you understand it, but it is specifically it's in common with Dwindalian accents.
I'm gonna make sure I tell everybody that I hear Dwindalians over there.
Or just like get down, shh, shh, shh.
What are they? What are they saying? I don't speak Dwindalian.
No, we're just gonna go. It's common.
Oh.
Yeah. So you hear.
Yeah, I don't speak Dwindalian either, but it's,
One of 'em-
if it's
you
common.
hear one of them go like, "Hey, Rook, yeah, don't sit by that snake. No. You see that snake? That one's the poisonous kind." And he goes like, "Oh, ah." He's like, "Yeah, you got to respect this swamp, otherwise it's gonna turn you into a corpse faster than anything you're gonna run into." And goes, "Why do we have to go so far out into this damn swamp?" He goes, "It's because you got assigned to the shit job. That's why, with all of us." He goes, "Oh, okay. So you guys are all." He's like, "Yeah." Like, "Can I ask you guys a question?" He goes, "Yeah, go ahead. Is it always so fucked up back at the fort?" And was, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Pennilist is a motherfucker. He's fucking insane. Just be glad he's got some fucking goblin to play with. Because if not, he'd be screwing with one of us. When he runs out of creepy crawlies to mess with, he goes after us. And he's a son of a bitch. So you gotta watch out for him. I don't know what's going on, but this is one of the worst postings you could be at, man. Like, that guy is the worst." So that's what you guys hear right now as they're talking.
Okay. Well, that's happening and talking.
Yeah, I
and stuff.
definitely made sure everybody else heard that.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna grab my rapier a little bit and make another notch. Like, I think this time across my cheek a little bit, just well,
Decorative.
yeah, I gotta make a pattern.
You just cut yourself?
I did indeed.
Yeah.
And of course, I keep rolling max damage to myself.
It would be nice if
fine.
you could roll max damage to the bad guys next time.
Totally.
Great.
But it's all good. So yeah, I just wanted to activate my right on Musclewood.
Okay. So then you hear one of them. You hear the guy go, "Shouldn't we be getting back? I mean, we've been out as long as we're supposed to." And everyone goes, "No. You get away from Pennels. You take your time getting back. I'd rather take my chances with the swamp than him. I at least know the swamp is what the swamp's about. With him, I can never tell."
How spread out are they?
They're just kind of like sitting. They're like plopping down, like essentially taking like a short rest. They're like munching on some stuff. They
Like
put their-
maybe in a 15-foot cone?
Sure, there's 3 of there's okay. Actually, hold on. Let me look.
Or more in a 20-foot cube?
It would be more of a 20-foot cube.
Oh boy.
Find the random table here. There's some number of them. I'm gonna say it's a. All right. Oh God, there's 7 of them.
In a 15-foot cone?
No, it's a 20-foot cube. And
Okay.
they're kind of like plopped down. They put their equipment down. they're snacking on some stuff, and you just hear their conversation going on. It's like, yeah, so what's
All
with
right.
this posting? And
Well, then, while they're in the middle of their evil speech of evil, because at this point, this is now my thing. This is now a thing I do in the middle of monologues. I'm going to cast a spell, and I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on them.
Oh boy.
So
Well, they weren't in a 15-foot cone. If they were in a 15-foot cone, it would have been burning hands, but they weren't.
You
So
could ask them where the goblin is, maybe.
Yes.
Or do we just
All
kill the
she's doing
Dwendalian
is
dogs?
All she's
Sleep would've
doing is
helped
making
too.
them glow.
and then we
Like, it's
track them back if
All
you
right.
need to put some of them to sleep, or we track them
Did
back, or
they see
whatever.
it, right?
It's them glowing. They don't see
Yeah.
me, but
They all go like, "What the fuck?" And they go like, "Man, what is going on out here?" And they go,
now
Ah.
everybody has advantage to attack them.
you see that they have like their shields up now, their weapons are drawn, and one of them just goes like, "We move slowly back, and we make our way back towards the fort."
I can concentrate on it for up to a minute.
You see they pull into like a tighter formation, shields out, like
Into a 15-foot cone.
eyes in all directions, and you see like two of them, there's 5 of them on the outside, and 2 of them have bows drawn and ready.
Greta.
Grantha is going to go ahead and cast sleep.
As you go, I mean, like, you have to move out to a visible point, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
so those 2 ready bows are coming at you.
That's fine.
So,
I will. Oh wait, that's a melee thing.
all right, so that's your armor class. Your armor class is on the lower end, isn't it?
Oh, I will use the protection on one thing.
Yeah, they both hit you.
On one of the arrows, there's a disadvantage as I hold the shield up trying to catch one of the arrows because it doesn't specify melee.
All right, I will go with the 17 on the dice then. Reroll that one. That's a 3.
Okay.
So that one misses.
Excellent.
I was useful.
So that is going to be 10 damage to you as you
Okay.
pop out to cast sleep. And one of them goes, "Ah!" And you can tell it's the rookie, and he like shakes a little bit, and the arrow just goes like wide into a tree. The other one is much steadier and goes right into you as you cast sleep.
It's probably freaky because like the 7-8 foot tall rogue figure just rising out of the reeds.
Mm-hmm.
So that is another D8 27.
27. All right, you get it's 27. The rookie slumps over and the other one catches them, and you just hear him go, "Fucking really?" And then one of the ones in the shield wall also collapses, and one of them goes like, "Oh shit," and like starts pulling them up. And like you see they're starting to like they're still trying to scoot back, but they have 2 of them now are unconscious. And like they're not gonna have time to wake them up yet. If any of you want to follow up with that.
I'm charging in and going full.
All right, so you come charging in, and you see the one that's leading in the spear wall just kind of like drop the shield and like walk towards you as you come forward. Go ahead and make an attack.
With advantage.
Yes.
Mhm.
They're
an
glowing.
18.
18 just hits.
Ooh.
Like,
Hey, high
Telfar
armor
does
class, boys.
He tickles.
That brings plus 8 damage with a long
8
sword.
damage. All right, very nice. So 8 damage as he tries to bring up his shield, and you slash down as he doesn't manage to block it, and he just like you see blood in his arm, and he just knocks the blade away like angrily, like more frustrated that he failed to block it than anything else.
I'm action surging and doing it again.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Natural 20
Ooh.
on the first try.
Ooh.
So that's 9 plus 3. 12 damage.
12 damage. So he knocks it aside, and you just like shoulder check him back. He stumbles back, and you slash down and just open a cut along his chest. It catches on his armor, but you can see it's a deep cut. as it starts to bleed, and he staggers back and looks at you like, now being like, oh shit, like I'm in a fight.
So,
Did you roll? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, I rolled twice because that's the normal thing.
Yeah. All right, cool. So how much damage was it again?
12.
12.
12.
For the crit.
All right, cool. So now you guys get a surprise round. So everyone else, Ort did her thing, Fairy Fire. Grentha cast Sleep. Kvelin charged in and attacked. The other two get a thing, and then we're gonna roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge in to attack whatever the one Kvelin's
All right.
like run up. And so advantage. Natural 20.
Yeah!
All right.
It's coming back around, Tom.
It
Mine
said
was all on
advantage.
non-dice
That's just karma.
attacks.
It's otherwise
Yeah.
it would have been a dirty 20, but the
Mm.
advantage
20 is a 20.
exactly. So 2, 8. Okay. 8 plus 3, 11 plus 6, 17 damage total.
17
Nice.
So you come in and like he sees you coming, and he brings up a shield, and you fake high and then go low and catch him in the leg. And you said 17 damage?
Yeah.
He's still up.
Ooh,
All right.
these are big.
This
So,
guy's big.
So
like it.
Pebble saw him, attacking Kvelin, and she's gonna try and shoot him with her longbow.
Mm-hmm.
And still advantage.
Yeah.
All right, so that is at 23.
That hits.
Nope, that's the wrong dice. This is the right one. All right, so that is a 6 plus a 3. That's 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage. So he's got the cut in his chest, the cut on his arm, the cut in his leg, and then a bow, an arrow just suddenly leaps into his shoulder, and he just like staggers, drops to one knee. Kvelin is right in front of him. He just looks at Kvelin and just like spits blood as he like he sinks down to the ground dead. And you see the rest of them like all sorts of look. Oh fuck! They killed the Sarge.
We killed the sergeant.
It's like group effort.
Yeah.
That's what
So
you
let's
get
roll
for
initiative.
going after our baby Dro.
I mean, the baby drow kind of went after them, but sure.
I'm rolling with disadvantage for them because they're scared as shit of you guys right now because you just killed their leader.
And they're still glowing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're still glowing. They rolled a 4. They have a 5 initiative. So let's go with, did anyone roll over a 20? All right, so
Yeah.
Grantha's going to be going first. Did anyone roll over a 15?
I haven't even rolled yet.
That's a fake.
I'm going to be last.
All right, did anyone roll over a 10?
I got a 15 exactly. Sorry. I was typing it in the
So-
thing and not.
All right, did anyone roll over a 10?
It was like a 4 total.
All right, so then, or what did you roll?
3.
3. We have 2 3s. Pebble, what did you roll?
A
I've got-
4.
12.
Actually, a natural 1 plus 3.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say I had a natural 1 plus 2, so
We are
We-
doing so
we had
good.
some real good initiative here.
But
Yeah.
you're going first, Laura, because your dex is higher.
It is plus 2. Okay. I feel like the natural 1
Alright.
should go last regardless, but all right.
Order is in the chat.
Did you include me this time?
I
Yay,
did.
I'm included this time.
You're included this time.
I like the guards with the exclamation mark.
just for you, Lydia.
Did you
Aw.
spell that
I
wrong
noticed it too. Yes, he did.
on
but-
purpose?
At the explanation mark.
The constable would be proud.
All right, so now, Grantha, you're up. They have
she'll-
2 unconscious mates. One of them just died.
They're all glowing.
They're all glowing. I
Does
think
it mean the 2 that are carrying them are like encumbered?
yes. So there are 7 of them. One of them is dead. 2 of them are currently unconscious, which means there's 2 that are unencumbered and 2 that are holding up their mates, just being like, "Wake the fuck up! The Sarge is dead!"
All right. She will kind of step up into her full height, and she will just go, "You trespass!" And she will cast Chaos Bolt on, I would say, the closest one that is not encumbered.
All right. So roll your attack.
Right, and with advantage, I believe. It's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay, so that's 2d8. Oh, I got 2 8s.
Yay!
So that bounces. So let's see. So total, that is 18 points of thunder damage.
Boom.
And I guess it'll bounce to a different one.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that attack.
That is
It's like, haha.
22 to hit.
I feel like this is the meme that, like, you know, like, you can't kill all these guards with one attack. It's like, haha, Chaos Bolt goes
Watch
boom.
me. This one, she's going to aim for. She'll try to kind of like go through. So she'll try to hit the archer.
That's still
that's
up.
kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Roll damage on that one.
Okay.
Roll to attack.
No, he rolled
2d8.
attack already. You hit.
Oh, okay.
But hold on.
Me? I would never be me.
Hold on. 2d8. That is 10, or excuse me, keep forgetting to roll the d6. I don't know why. 14 points of, let's go with psychic damage.
So what was the first? What kind of damage was the first one?
First one was thunder.
All right, so you let loose, and there's this like clap of thunder as this guy goes flying backwards, just armor and weapons flying everywhere as he falls back in a heap, and it bounces and hits the next one. And I already forgot what kind of damage the second one was. Psychic. You see him just grab his head and lets his colleague fall as he just grabs at the ground and like spasms and lays still. 2 of them are dead. 2 of them are unconscious. There's one guy up just looking around, just going like, "The fuck?"
Oh, I love Chaos Bolt so freaking much. That's her turn.
All right, next up.
Yeah, I am going to yeah, there's still the
There's
one.
one conscious.
Okay.
Who's like, he's got his hands up at this point, being like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, no, whoa doesn't work for me. But it might, because I'm gonna save face again. Be like, I make my slash, and then like it kind of like skitters off the like chest a little bit, and then I kind of like glance over my shoulder and like whip it back. So instead, it's gonna be a 15 to hit.
15 just misses.
Oh.
Well, hell. Oh, I have advantage though.
You do have advantage.
I forgot that
Fairy
part.
fire.
I forgot that. That is much better. Okay. I actually didn't need to save the face, but it's fine. Yeah, because that's dirty 20.
All right, that hits.
That's much better. 13 damage. No,
13
plus 1.
How much?
So 13 piercing and 1 lightning.
You just like walk up to this guy's like, "Whoa," and you're just like and like pull your sword out and he just collapses. You like boot him over. So now there's just the 2 sleeping ones.
That was awesome.
I did a thing. I was useful.
Very, very
You
useful.
did very good.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, which
love
Zakari's
that
just
dude's
gonna like give her the thumbs up, like.
Okay, if we tie these ones up and talk to them, let's not let them cast spells like the last one.
No, I'm tying the hands a bit better like this so they can't do shit.
All right.
And let's not try and kill them right away because they might know where the goblin woman is.
Oh, we should tie their hands to their feet.
Ooh.
Pretty
Totally
smart. While they're doing that, Pebble is going to look for Shiny.
Okay, and I'm gonna.
Maybe we can find a shield for Zikar.
Once they wake
There's
them,
definitely shields.
once they wake them up, I'm going to ready a sacred flame for if any of them try to escape or do anything suspicious. I'm just gonna sit there and hold it, waiting, because it's a cantrip. I can do that over and over again.
So which one do you guys wake up first? The shield wall guy or the rookie?
The rookie.
Totally the rookie.
So you guys like, who slaps him awake?
I vote Grentha.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's gonna be hilarious.
Grentha with her freaking relatively meaty, but as demure as an orc can get, hand just goes.
Probably bigger than his face.
Oh God! Oh
Yeah.
God! He struggles against the rope. Like, oh God, are you gonna kill me? Are you gonna kill me?
That would depend on whether or not you cooperate.
Yeah, good, great. I'm on board. What are we doing?
We are in search of someone, a goblin witch.
Oh, one of the patrols brought a goblin in. One of the ones, they like the Inquisitor. The patrol that brought him in likes the Inquisitor. They brought the goblin to the Inquisitor. That's not good from what I've been told.
Where is the Inquisitor?
The Inquisitor, Pennels, he's at the fort.
What's an Inquisitor?
It's just a rank. Pennels is a person. He's a real son of a bitch.
Why do you need the goblin?
I don't need the goblin at all.
Yeah, the Inquisitor person. Answer my question.
The Inquisitors, I'm pretty new here, but like, I've heard he's pretty fucked up since I got here. Like, he specifically got this posting out on the edge so he can like get away with shit, and apparently he likes captives because otherwise he fucks with us. So some of the guards, they'll make sure to bring him captives so he doesn't mess with us.
It's really bad. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, he's really bad. I like the Sarge with oh God, the Sarge. He just looks over.
Don't look at him. That's there's a little bit of entrails. Anyway,
That was the good cop.
That is what happens to those who would trespass on the lands of the Cream. You would do well to remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. We're not supposed to be here. We just really like not being in the fort with that guy. So we just went a little further than we were supposed to.
I mean, the fort is also trespassing, so that's never mind. Sorry.
I mean, that's an issue for diplomats to decide. That's up for debate. There's like a war over that.
I mean, we kind of have to kill him, but I feel really bad about it.
Have you considered possibly defecting?
I mean, like, he looks around being like, nobody's here. I'll get the hell out of here. I'm not going back to that fort.
Yeah,
Same,
I'll cut him open. Get out of here.
Out of curiosity,
He just starts, like,
Cut
taking
him.
off
Cut
insignia.
him free.
He's like
Get
taking
outta
off
here.
insignia and like throwing it in the mud and
Hey,
just like
Shinies.
You
we
might
have
wanna-
shinies. We want the shinies.
You might want to rub some blood on that.
he takes off his like chainmail armor. He has a chain shirt and he just like hands it to Kavelan like, here you go, all
Hey,
yours.
Anybody want
yeah.
this?
He like has a long sword and like looks at yours and like, you already got one, but like, you know.
Oh no, that's much less rusty.
They all have chain shirts. Some of them are not as nice as the chains have been, you know, burned or thundered or, you know, slashed up. But there's the guy who's still asleep over there.
yeah.
All right,
He has a chain shirt, and he's
Let's-
just like,
let's let the kid run away. I feel bad for him.
I guess like I shove some
Wait,
of the
ooh.
cooked snake at him. Here.
Do you want to
Snake.
join? Do you want to join the Luxon?
what's the Luxon?
Really?
And I hold up the little holy symbol. It's the light, and it's wonderful, and it protects us.
He looks around at all of you, very open to this idea and willing to listen to this.
I'll be kind of busy to convert, rookies to. How about you send him to the turtle and you can convert him on the way back?
Can I keep him?
We're not keeping him here. We're not dragging a rookie through this mug.
Like,
he probably don't want to go back to the fort with us.
Really, the only places I'd be okay are like the Menagerie Coast, and I only vaguely know how to get there.
He could also be a spy and lying to all of us. Are you a spy lying to all of us?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would I be able to make an insight check to see if this guy's being?
Go ahead and roll
forthcoming?
insight.
Okay.
Why don't we send him to the tower?
Because
And
there
tell
are
him he has to-
spiders in the tower.
That's the point.
Why would you?
Zakari just kind of looks to Ort like, shh.
That's a 17.
I'm getting a convert.
He's not overly interested in Luxon, but everything else. This dude A does not like the fort. He does not like the Inquisitor, and he is freaking the F out and seems genuinely to be deserting.
Okay.
Yeah. I already gave him some snake, and I keep pushing him like, you
I'm
better
just
go
gonna-
now
I'm
before
just
you
gonna,
end up. Bye.
You guys, hold on. Let me really quickly glance at the map. I believe, remember correctly, if he can survive the swamp to the north, there is another opening with a different fort up there, and he may be able to make his way out back into the Dwendalian Empire up there.
You can take my old sword if you want, because there's like snakes and shit.
Oh,
And I'm gonna give him guidance for a minute.
thank you. That's why am I feeling all glowy?
We'll keep going. It's gonna run out pretty soon, so I would
All right.
go.
And
So
stay
he
away
just
from the
runs off
snakes.
And he goes, "Oh, the other dude.
We'll take care of him.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, he was the one that Pennell sent with us to keep an eye on us. So like, don't tell him about me." And he just like goes off.
Okay.
He totally got eaten by a snake.
Can we just kill this one?
Indirectly.
I mean, he might know a little bit more about what the Inquisitor's motives are if he was sent by
And did
him.
we even ask him where the dang fort is before the
Don't we know
rookie
where
ran
it
away?
is?
He just points like as he's running.
Don't we know where it is? Also,
yeah, you guys generally know where it is.
also,
Okay.
they just came from here, and aren't you good at tracking things? Like you could
Yeah.
track them back.
I can track them back, but I would also like to know how many are there? What are the fortifications like? I mean, all those interesting things if we want to rescue somebody in a dang fort.
We could
All
look
right,
up
let's
this other
wake this one and ask
and
him.
then we can kill him afterwards.
Yeah.
We don't have to like free him
I
all.
promise not to like accidentally set him free and keep him as a pet.
And no converting, because I don't think that's going to work with anybody but the rookie.
Honestly, like the guys in Persona would not be happy about humans going.
Well, I wouldn't take him back to Rasona, guys. I'd only take him back to Uzrin.
And we're not feeding them to the spiders either. That is
No,
just...
we're not
The thing
feeding him
is,
to the spiders. He
we're
was
not-
gonna
I
come
wasn't
with me to Uzrin.
I wasn't gonna feed him to the spiders, but like if he went and like, it's indirect. Like he can defend himself and maybe
Can
like
he,
clear
though?
out the spiders. That's on
Can
him.
he defend himself?
That's on him, man. You gotta learn to be tough.
And at this point, Ort gives Zakari this look like,
the hobgoblin,
really?
the hobgoblin upbringing coming through.
I
big.
was gonna
like
say,
it.
like, come on, I helped you. Like,
The other guy's
you
just like, huh?
Like
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Things aren't
Gruntle
easy, and you
prop
gotta
him
like
up and-
get tougher. So I was just like
fuck?
sending him on a little challenge to get tougher.
Oh. He looks around and it's like, so they're all dead, are they?
Indeed. That's what happens to trespassers.
That's what
We
happens
kill them.
when we run across scum like you.
ooh, this makes me want to shoot him.
It's
Good
really
to know
not
where you
right.
stand. Here's the deal.
He's still glowing. Oh no, he's not glowing blue. He would have stopped glowing blue when I cast guidance. Okay.
Either you cooperate and you get the honor of dying a quick and easy death. Or you remain an indignant medallion dog, and we kill you slowly, ever so slowly.
Wow, given those two attractive options, she just kind of like looks about and goes like, spits in your face.
I cast Sacred Flame.
How much damage do you do?
3.
Yeah, he's just like, good. And like,
I'm
try
gonna
to
vote for slow.
Slow it is. And she's going to reach over and do Shocking Grasp.
How much damage do you do?
Well, let's see. 1d8. That is 5 points of lightning damage.
He is still alive.
I'm gonna take my rapier and
He just looks at
I
all
want
and
to
goes,
I want to like stab him like in the kneecap.
you and the Inquisitor have something in common then.
I'm sure.
He's taking care of your goblin friend right now.
Oh, but see, you're already talking to us. Isn't this fun?
Yeah, while all of them doing this, it's like Pebble is like messing with the Shane shirt and like putting it underneath her hide and like tucking furs into
She's
it,
just like, whatever.
like
As
trying
against
to
humanity,
make
I
it
don't
look
see
nice. No clinking, fur all over the place, and she's like,
All right.
Does
And,
an 18?
Yeah, you finish him off. He has 2 hit points left.
Yay.
Yeah, I definitely do then because that was a
So he's gone.
11.
Okay, guys, we are maybe not so good at the interrogating of people.
Cavalion is standing at the back, holding her shield up, like, what the
Yeah, no,
fuck are you guys
Well,
doing?
As he dies, Orc goes, maybe we aren't so good at the interrogating of people. I'm not sure that went how we wanted it to go.
I mean,
we're not
Ivan.
scary enough.
I'm gonna be
I mean,
honest. Like the accidentally killing someone in an interrogation thing is, I associate more with like Warhammer and Zweihammer D&D games. But hey, this is where we are right now.
Yeah, this is who we are.
surely you've all heard the tales of how stubborn humans can be.
So
It's
is
really unfortunate for him.
are we now the accidental murder hobos?
I thought
But we did let that one guy go.
Yeah.
We did.
yeah,
Like-
and we that should have sort of basically
balance
told us
the
that
Yeah.
all humans are horrible, some are scared and just like other people, but we completely skipped that lesson to then horribly torture the second guy to death.
He
The
was
second
not
guy was a dick.
he was
like-
not scared. He was being really mean
And rude.
And
and
just trying to-
refused to talk.
It was rude.
Yeah, he was mean.
The
So-
record
And he talked crap
the
about my
record-
swamp.
of the entire unit, that was the real bastard. All the rest of them would have talked.
They were talking crap about my swamp.
Well, I gave him his options.
We did. All right.
Spitting
Not
is
much,
assault.
but
It is.
at the very least, we have a direction, and perhaps it would be wise to, what do they say in Arizona? Case the fort.
If he's possibly torturing the goblin, maybe we should hurry and possibly save her, because that might be bad.
That's a
Yeah.
very fair point.
We'd like to get her back. Maybe we should hurry.
Did we find out how many people are in that fort?
No.
We don't know.
We know nothing. That guy refused to talk.
In terms of
15, could be
actionable
1500.
intelligence, you guys got none.
That is not true. We found out that there was a guy named the Inquisitor and that he was mean.
And there was something that you had overheard before it all started about like a Geist or something.
They were talking about having encountered some ghouls.
In the
Ghouls, yes.
swamp, but not in the camp.
Gotcha. Fun. So
All right. I mean, unless anyone is opposed, I say we sort of push on and hurry a little, because if we need to get this lady back.
Shiny. Was there any shiny? Aside from all the weapons and the armor?
It's just their equipment. They weren't they're soldiers. They weren't carrying their like money on them when they were out on patrol. It was all business and equipment.
All right. Did they have nice longbows, or were they like normal
There
longbows?
was a nice longbow on them. None of them were magical. They were all
I heard it was
well-made
flexible.
longbows.
Too bad.
Is there any powdered silver?
No, weirdly enough, they did.
Weirdly.
To perform marriage.
Or a coming of age? Or an atonement? Or a
I'm gonna-
funeral? Like, there were at least 4 things I could have done.
I'm gonna take one of the chain shirts with me. I'm not gonna wear it, but just in case we ever need to super sneak and not have the stealth disadvantage.
Okay. Oh yeah, because stealth chain shirts don't give
Yeah.
you okay.
It would lower my armor class, but still could come in handy.
All right, so you guys now have a very clear path to follow, as they were not like stealthily moving their way through the swamp at all. So you guys have a very clear path to follow. You push. I'm assuming. Do you follow it?
Well, how much time do we have left in the day?
It's this was a morning activity, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still.
Yeah, we
pretty-
left pretty early, and then we did the tunnel and the
tower. Yes, and then this
It's
was a little after the tower. Yeah, so you guys
Probably
still
like
have like
noonish.
this is early afternoon. You have some time.
Yeah, we'll
So,
follow.
and do we have any idea how far away the fort
The
approximately
fort
is?
is not overly far. You feel like you could make it in if you made good time.
Right. So I can do pass without trace as an Earth Genasi. Does that include my party?
Yes, it does.
Mhm.
Pass without trace is an area of effect spell that can include several people.
Okay, and that's up to 1 hour. Are we gonna get there in an hour?
You won't get there in an hour, but you will be able to move through like a dangerous part of the swamp. I would actually say you would have the inclination. You could probably make it through this part of the swamp okay, and you might want to save it for when you get closer to the fort.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was like you being the able outdoors person, you would understand. Like, I can move through this section. We don't need it right now.
Yeah, and keep it in the back of my mind once we get closer and we have to be stealthy, because it gives us a +10 bonus to stealth checks.
Yeah, I would say you would have the inclination to hold on to that.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. So, moving through the swamp, you guys make your way towards where you know the fort to be. And as you push through, you feel like you're about halfway-ish to the you've been through this area. You're about halfway-ish, and you there's a lone hill crowned with a thicket of low-hanging mangrove trees, and a bramble-covered knoll looks to be the perfect place to just like sit down and take like a little rest.
Trap. All right. So I'm probably gonna slowly approach that and try and check it out, and
Was
it looks
was-
too nice.
it mangrove trees where those viney things were before?
I think so. Yes.
Let's make sure they're not in here again.
Mm-hmm.
All
And
right, go ahead and
snakes.
roll a perception check.
Also check for snakes, please.
Guidance.
All right. So that is what a perception you said?
Yes.
Right, that's 16 plus 1, that's 17 plus a d4. 17. And 2, that is 19.
So you are very cautious, and you like kind of like wave and like hold up, and and then moving forward, you suddenly realize, with actually a sense of relief, you know what this is, and it's not a hill. As that little knoll right in front of the hill raises up And you see
It's a tortoise.
the ancient withered face of an absolutely ancient horizon-back tortoise.
That makes
Looking
Pebble
at
so
you.
happy.
And you hear a voice through your heads, all of you, as it speaks to you telepathically. It
Ooh.
says, "Hello, small ones. What are you doing so far west in the swamp?"
Hello, slow and wise one. We're looking for one of our own that was taken.
And it looks at us. The goblin in the fort.
Yes.
Yes.
She suffers greatly right now.
That is so sad.
She owes allegiance to a dark one.
She does.
She does. She does not know it. It is seeking a greater power over her, and her suffering is making
You know, we just sent them
the offer seem more attractive. She resists for now, but she needs help desperately.
Is that the
One-
same evil that the lizard folk believe in?
No, it is a different evil.
I hope it makes you content that we took care of the blasphemous lizard folk, and that we put the bones to rest.
That's very good. Those have been haunting this swamp for far too long. The one in the fort, the human, there is in darkness about him. Some of his own may not follow him if you confront him. There is a desperate darkness about him. He cannot be allowed to continue.
We should bring him to the light.
He should be passed through the light into the beyond. He is not worthy of resurrection.
Oh, I like this.
That we're good at. This dark power you mentioned, the goblin being attached to, she kind of thinks to the really the symbol of Therisdun that we found. It wouldn't happen to be the Chained Oblivion, would it?
No, nothing that powerful. It is a searching, clawing, but small darkness seeking a way into this world. It gifts her small boons of power at a time, and she uses it for good purposes, but she knows not what she draws from. And this darkness beyond sees an opportunity in her suffering. Go to her. If it overtakes her, help her.
Was she with the darkness before the fort?
Yes, it he just kind of like leans back, just she drew upon its power without knowing what it was.
A wise one, is there anything that you can tell us about the fort that could assist us in rescuing her and taking care of the evil one?
Some of those who follow this dark one in the fort, this leader they have, the human, some of them will not follow if he is properly exposed. There is a deep evil about him. He has embraced it, chosen it, and in that way has chosen his own doom.
And this is different than the evil in the goblin?
He has chosen this path. The goblin does not know of which she draws from. She does not know what she is dealing with.
What tower are you speaking of? Is that the spidery tower we saw earlier?
No. It's the goblin is followed by a shadow that grants her small boons of power and seeks a way to take full possession of her. The human the human reaches out to a deep, powerful darkness, begging it for acceptance, begging it for power, giving it little tributes, hoping to gather its attention.
Wow.
And in that course has done terrible things.
No, that's bad.
Seems like something we may need to stop.
Yes. Is there anything
Agree.
else, Wise One, that you can tell us that would help us?
You must move quickly. I think the goblin's resolve is failing. Twice the goblin has already died. Twice the goblin has been brought back to face more torment.
Well, then it would seem time is not on our side. Let us continue.
The path is clear.
Wise One, will you still be here when we return if we need a place to rest with the goblin?
I will remain here for the sake of the swamp.
That's very much
This
appreciated.
human is a threat to the entire marsh. Go forth with my blessing.
We really very much appreciate it, Wise One.
And
she kind of does a little. She feels very honored.
I don't know if anybody else notices this, but when he says that the goblin has already died twice, implying that she has thus come back from it, or it looks a little bit freaked out, like, oh, that's big magic, guys. That's bigger than me magic. Like, that's big magic we're dealing with. She doesn't say anything. She just has that look like, this is not good. This is very not good.
Well, the situation is not going to improve itself here.
Nope. Let's travel on and see what we can do about helping the goblin and taking care of the... What was his title?
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor, the evil one.
So you guys move past and continue on into the swamp. You may all benefit from a short rest during this.
Because he switched out monitors, switched out graphics cards. Doesn't mean it's not.
Short rest.
Oh no, I was gonna say yeah. So we're going to this went slightly. We're gonna be getting. We're in a weird in between. So I'm just gonna say go ahead. Let's go ahead. You guys bump yourself to level 3.
Oh, yay!
Hey.
Bump yourself to level 3. Let's do that real quick. In response to you guys bump that. I'm gonna address chat real quick because
Okay, yeah.
I just want to say I'm actually really happy to live in a place that the taco place 5 minutes from us just
Is it Taco Hut?
No, it is a small owned, it's like a single entity place. Just put the Taco Bell that's 7 minutes from us out of business because their tacos are so excellent.
Ooh.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Taco Alpha store?
That's impressive.
They have a killer al pastor. They have a really good al pastor. They're really good. Yeah, they're quite good. So that is I don't know if you saw that, Laura. The Taco Bell down the street from us is officially closed shop.
I didn't see that. I mean, it's kind of been empty forever and it's run down and crappy, but I didn't see that it was
it's
officially done.
It's right down the street from like a genuine
Actual
like,
Mexican
outstanding
restaurant that does
tacos,
really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it got outdone. So you guys level up real quick and then we will jump into the last about like 15-20 minutes of the game tonight.
Wait, I have level 2 spells all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
I
guys
have no idea what
really quickly pick your
thing I
stuff.
was going to take for level 3.
Really quickly.
Oh, I forgot.
I have
do
level
too.
2 spells.
Oh no.
Oh no, a ranger archetype.
So
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say. So let's really quickly. Let's since this is I'm springing this all on you. Let's go with the people who know what's going on. So let's start with Lydia. Lydia,
Ah,
what subclass are you taking?
I'm taking the Echo Knight,
That
but
is
I don't think Cavellin quite knows that yet.
mhm.
This will be something that first manifests in whatever combat comes next, and I'm trying not to use it until then. This will be something that manifests in distress. This will be something she's not actively, I mean, she is actively pursuing, but wouldn't be expecting to receive quite so actually.
Yeah. If for the people who have this book, yes, I know they're not supposed to be level 3 yet. This is I want to have Echo Knight and I want to have specifically like the Echo Knight pop up in usable time, because this is a unique thing to this particular book and to this particular setting.
So cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. And Ort already has you already have your everything, right? Because you're a cleric. They get
I
all
mean,
that level 1.
I already have my domain. I get level 2 spells, which is not something I was prepared for. So I'm gonna go back to looking at my level 2
And
spells.
Chai, I have to confess, I don't know how blood hunters work barely at all. What do you get to do at level 3?
At level 3, I pick my blood hunter order. There, I can
Ooh.
pick Ghost Slayer, Lycan, Mutant, or Profane Soul.
Oh, and what are you
And
thinking?
I was probably debating. Actually, no, we don't really have much. Mutant is very like that one takes like preparation because you have to like
That's
make.
the Witcher one, right?
Yeah, that's the one where you make like alchemical stuff and eat it to get different effects.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Slayer's really cool with undead. Profane Soul is kind of like Blood Hunter with spellcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And Lycan is werewolf.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
So.
werewolf is pretty cool.
Werewolf is pretty cool. I played back with the old Blood Hunter, I played a bugbear Lycan Blood Hunter. So, and I made her form like a werebear. So it was pretty awesome. But yeah, I was originally debating Ghost Slayer or Profane Soul, but turning into a werewolf is also just really fun. But it can be dangerous for melee people.
But dangerous is even more fun.
This is true, and we don't have a lot of like.
It's just Cavellin. She'll be fine.
It is. I'm just gonna while you all are looking, look through like what I get like right away at 3 and try and decide.
And then Pebble, what are you thinking in terms of your subclass?
Well, I'm actually right now looking at Underminer, because that will give me a Dread Deep Badger, which will let me charge the very earth and even rock to break your foes.
Ooh.
But I am also looking at the Wolf Pack, because it's means that you're emulating a wolf pack and you're ensuring that your group triumphs by trusting your allies and creating opportunities for them to exploit. So, and then that means if I hit a creature and they hit the same creature after me, they get advantage. If I hit them with a range attack, the creature gets a disadvantage to the next one. And if somebody deals damage to my allies, I can actually howl for my reaction, and I will do 1d6 psychic damage against that creature.
That's cool.
So, I mean, the Badger is really cool, but I'm thinking, as far as how Pebble has put himself into this group right now, I'm thinking I'll probably go for the Wolf Pack.
That makes sense.
See if I can.
And then you're already everything.
First level. However, not only do I get second level spells, I also get a funny, interesting little extension of my Eyes of Darkness subclass ability, where I can cast the Darkness spell.
Yeah.
And if I do so with sorcery points, I can see through the magical darkness.
Oh, that's nice.
That you might need to be a little bit careful of.
Yeah.
I have a light cleric spell that may dispel magic darkness. We may want to make sure we don't get those in the same range.
We'll try to coordinate on that.
Yeah, that might be something we need to think about.
Vivi, are you using is it a subclass? Is it a subclass from this book, the Wildemount book?
The Shadow Sorcerers?
No, the Ranger one.
So it's flicker.
Oh, you were saying that your subclass wasn't on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Is it Unearthed Arcana, or is it one of the is it from this book?
I went, and it's actually on 5esrd.com. Is that the same thing?
Okay. I was just wondering, because one of the things that we ran into is that some people, when they were making characters in here, didn't click the critical role toggle, and that was hiding the Zorhas stuff from them.
Oh, let me see if I can fix that.
So
well, it might be playtest content. Who knows?
Oh, that might be it. So we'll let you guys finish this up as we now are moving through the swamp and rising out of it. As you move towards it, you see first the sheer cliff walls of the Broken Veil Bluffs, the high ground line that forms the end of this marsh and the physical barrier between it and the Dwendalian Empire. This fort sits at the mouth of a pass through the mountains, but these bluffs rise very high and very sharply, and even in this distance you can see small specks moving off on them, and any denizens of the swamp know that those are harpies as they nest heavily in these bluffs. And then you see the walls of the fort starting to coalesce out of the mist as you move forward. Shapes are moving on top of them, guards walking back and forth as you get closer. And you are now approaching the point in which, to get any closer, to be unseen, you'll need to roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
This, by the way, is probably what you were saving Pass Without Trace for.
Probably,
Okay.
yes. Let's do that. So that means everybody gets +10 on stealth.
Correct.
Okay, and I'm gonna guide myself because I'm
cleric.
not taking off my armor. But
Clankety clank clank.
but before Pebble does that, can I cast aid on Zakari, Kavalin, and Pebble?
Yes, you may.
I will also,
Okay.
on my disadvantage, I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zakari, Kavalin, and Pebble, you all get 5. So your hit point maximum increases by 5 for the next 8 hours, and your hit points go up to meet that.
Okay.
Nice.
And that's a new 2nd level spell.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks like we may have dropped for a second on the stream.
Oh no.
It might have been just during the level up. So in all honesty, if there was a point where it was going to drop, that's
The good one.
probably the best time for it to drop. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't story related.
We have the +10 from Pass Without a Trace, right?
You have the +10 from Pass Without a Trace.
Yes.
I have 15.
All right.
35. So
23.
32.
31.
The DC was 15.
Yes!
Pass Without a Trace worked. Because you got the little goblin.
That and guidance. I rolled that and I'm like, with disadvantage, I'm like, that's a 2. Crap.
The little goblin just like clank, 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 clank.
I can carry you again for a bit if you want.
No, I can walk. I'm just a little bit clanky.
Okay.
So you make your way to the walls without being seen. Well, you guys, as you guys approach, you do see that there are like spaced out for larger numbers of foes, not for a group your size. There are like additional barriers laid down, like just like messes of I'm forgetting the name for them, but like the
Crenellations.
no, these are on the ground, like the crossed bits of pointed wood that like there are only
palisade
small areas you can fit through. So if there were large amounts of you, it would be bottlenecking you quite badly. But with you guys are able to space out and move through them pretty easily. The wooden palisade that encloses the fort stands over 10 feet high. There is there are guard towers in it, and it is in those towers that you see people standing. You are now like at the base of like the wall and in between two towers, and you are hiding in the Pass Without Trace is like casting a shadow over you as it's already kind of dusk. So you guys are pretty well hidden. You can hear that there are two guards up in the nearest tower, and they're just kind of chit-chatting. Don't seem to be on the highest alert watch. But you got 10 feet of palisade to get over.
Do we wish to go in guns blazing? Do we wish to be diplomatic, perhaps?
No. If we go in guns blazing, he will just kill her again and not bring her back.
Fair.
And I don't know about you, but I can't bring her back.
I can't bring her back yet either.
So perhaps wait for cover of night.
Yeah.
Will she survive till cover of night? Is there possibly a small entryway that we aren't seeing? Or the ability to talk our way in? The turtle said that they don't all like him.
This is true.
The palisade is not like a smooth rock wall. It's pieces of wood, and they're fit together as best they could, but it is not like the tightest fit. Eyeing this, you guys feel like you might be able to climb it. It's a matter of how quietly you could climb.
Could we climb it where no one could see us?
I mean, they don't see you right now, and you generally feel like the guards in the nearest tower are being fairly inattentive at this point.
Do you think you can find an easy spot, Pebble, for either climbing over or squeezing through?
Well, can I? Perception?
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Okay, so that is 11.
11? There does not appear to be any places that you feel like really confident you could pull apart, but generally speaking, it looks like you can fit fingers in between some of the ones. There are like knots and things like that you could dig fingers into. If you guys had any rope, you might be able to.
We have rope.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So you guys might be able to rig up some stuff to get over as it is continuing to get darker. The guards have a torch in the in their towers, but there's definitely enough space in here that the torch light does not go far enough out. And as all of you know, humans don't have night vision, and they have torches in their freaking towers, so they're night blind right now. Well, at least the one near you has a torch in them. They've night blinded themselves. They don't seem to be taking this super seriously right now. As you guys, especially swamp dwellers, know, you guys don't tend to launch offensive operations in the swamp. The swamp is your defense, and you let the Dwendalians come to you through the swamp and muddle through it. Not many attacks are launched on this fort, if ever. And you can hear them muttering and talking up there, and they're just like, how many more hours until we're off shift? And they go, well, sun just fell, so we got a little ways, but, you know, I snuck
So
in.
we're going to try to climb it?
Perhaps. Which one of us may be the most nimble or dexterous, out of curiosity?
Not me.
Probably me.
Climbing, as you guys know, is an athletics check.
So
I'm real bad at that.
so who's the
Strong.
who's the
You got a
swollest of
fighter.
our group?
Is it Kavalin?
+3 and that. I used to climb lots of houses and to visit people.
Well, that may be of benefit to us presently.
Okay, give me the rope. And
I
Can I
can
climb
give
up?
you guidance.
yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, when we level up, we can switch out one spell, right?
Yes.
All right, because I don't think we need alarm no more.
I will need that guidance.
Take the guidance. It's a D4.
Oh, can I get an assist from someone as well, leaving me up for an advantage, or is that too much with the guidance?
That'd be fine. Someone could help you up.
Sweet. Haha, because that's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Woo!
So your first attempt, you just like try to go up and you just kind of like slip,
Ow.
and you're like, "Hello, help!" And like somebody, Pebble comes up, like just puts a hand under your foot and like pushes you up, and you suddenly just spring up with the rope, hop over the pointed top of it, and like pull the rope, and you've now established the rope as a way. The rest of you can all roll with advantage to get over the wall.
Let's do it one at a time, and I can give everybody guidance.
All right.
All right, you guys need to beat a 15.
18 plus.
You're over.
All right.
Mm-mm.
Maybe Grantha should go last. She's the tallest. She can give a push.
I only
It's
got a
true.
10.
10 with
What?
advantage.
With it,
I rolled a 1 and a 5.
All right,
And guidance.
And
Everybody.
a
guidance.
4.
Ugh.
So, and my strength is a 1. So, 10.
all right.
Plop.
Where did everyone else end up at?
Just straight roll for me.
I got a 22.
With the D4, got 17.
All right. So all of you make it across Zakari. You struggle mightily, and you end up making a good deal of noise on your way over. And you hear the guard tower just kind of be like, "Hell is that?"
Zakari's just
Oh
like,
God, there's
"So
one of those
good."
freaking wolves over at the wall again. I don't know. Just go check it out. So you hear somebody starting to come down the ladder of the nearest guard tower. You guys now see a large set of like, it's getting pretty dark inside. There's like torches lit about, but you guys see there's just a whole like almost grid of tents in front of you.
In Orc, I'm going to say to Grentha, most of my stuff will light him up. You may want to take him.
Okay. Sleep, perhaps? Or
Boots
Yeah,
hit the
I
ground.
mean, that or an arrow, but most of my stuff's going to make a big light. So let's not have me do it.
You guys are standing in open space. About 10 feet from you are like a whole bunch of tents.
why don't we hide in the tents first?
There are probably guys in the tents, but sure, let's go hide in the tents.
Behind the tents, among the tents, and
All right, so you
Behind
guys
the tents.
roll stealth checks.
either way, we'd do it
I
with
believe.
intent.
With disadvantage, because we're clinky.
Well, I
And we
believe
still
that
have plus
Cast Without
10.
Trace is up still.
Ooh,
It has
sweet.
not been an hour.
Mine has not been an hour. Plus
I'm
10
going
in
to
stealth.
guide myself.
All right.
16.
15.
21.
17 plus 10, 27.
And then Zakari.
I typed it in chat.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
see it.
22.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you guys all dive in. I rolled a 6 on my perception check. As this guy just kind of is walking the base of the wall, and he has a hooded lantern that he's shining along the base of the wall. And he walks right past your footsteps, not seeing them, just like shining it, looking for gaps in the wall. and then like comes back like, yeah, it was nothing. You're hearing things, man. And you guys now are in this field of tents, and there's more movement towards the center of it, where you hear one of them be like, "Aren't you supposed to be on duty in the mess hall?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, but like Penholst went back into his little happy fun room, so he's gonna be back there for a while with the goblins. So ain't nobody gonna be checking on me. I'm going to bed."
All right.
Kavellen will look out of the tent to see like little squeeze through, and just for the Econite flavor starting up, I think she'll spot something beyond the guards that seems a little bit odd to her. It's creature that seems to be wrought out of shadow, but in looks and build almost looking similar to her. Quick wave, and then it disappears. And she goes back into the tent like, there's just the guards out there, right?
I believe so.
And the Inquisition are.
I guess I know the drow.
That's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
Ignore me. It's fine. Killing things. And saving people.
Right. The one guard mentioned a happy fun time room.
Yeah, and that name he said, that was the guy that they were talking about.
Inquisitor.
Yeah. Anyone know how to find a happy fun time room?
Well, he said something about the mess hall as well. So through that. What's a mess hall?
I don't really know.
It's where the biscuits are.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
it's where dinner is. Excellent.
Do
Yeah.
Vendalians have good biscuits?
They've got this like, it's like a ooze that they put on the biscuits.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys.
And the ooze is real good. It makes the biscuits taste different.
Let's be
But,
honest.
like-
The best biscuits come from Amon, and everyone knows it. But like the Dwendalians are all right.
I think they also do stick bread, you know, when you wrap the dough around the stick and you put it in the fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
There might be roasted meat.
It might also be.
I think
Humans,
we make
yeah.
better meat, but they've got the ooze that they put on the biscuits is
Guys,
real good.
Focus.
No, wait. Focus on food. Got it. Let's find the food. We're going to focus on finding the food.
Find the
There's
food, save the
several
goblin.
rows of tents that you guys make your way through, and you guys see there appear to be a couple people moving about, but none of them seem to notice you as you guys are. It's dark. There aren't many torches in this area. You guys have passed without a trace moving about you, and like the one time like Kavalen's moving and somebody like sees the silhouette and just goes like gives a nod, and it's like a vaguely humanish silhouette, so they're just like whatever. You guys
Yeah,
come out
I'm going to make sure I keep guiding myself every time it runs out, because of the group of us, I'm the least normal looking if the silhouette shows up.
So you guys come out into a large open space, and it looks like to be like a training yard. There's like posts set up, and there's a couple racks of like wooden weapons. And at the other end, there are more tents on the other side. And then there's the front gate to your right, and to your left is a large wooden building with front doors. And you see a few people trickling out of those doors, and the trickle stops, and there's a light inside of it.
Well, do you think that's the happy fun room
Or the food room.
or the food room?
I
Can I
mean,
do a smell test? Does it
I-
smell like food?
yeah, I can disguise myself for an hour.
Well, that's super helpful.
That is one of my new spells. I can disguise self. It's a level 1 illusion.
If if you knock on the door of the Happy Fun Room and he opens it up and you look like one of them, then he wouldn't be too suspicious maybe, and then we can all barge in and kill him without.
No, but he
killing
might be
the
really, really upset that we interrupted him.
Yeah, but he would be more upset that a bunch of Sarhassians come in and interrupt him.
I could at
No.
least see if there's an extra way into the
If-
fun room.
No, I mean, like, definitely go in and see if there's an extra way in the fun room. But if we're just going with knock on the door, he doesn't need to see a Dwindalian when he opens the door. He could just see, boom, flash of light and you're dead.
Well, we just need to make sure that there's not 20 people behind us trying to kill us when we try to take him on.
I really appreciate the flash and you're dead, but I don't think he's the kind that goes down with one flash.
But I have new flashes.
I get that, but if he kills whatever her name is,
I mean,
that would be bad.
I could
It would be.
dress up as one of these soldiers, like the dude that we killed, the Sarge, and I could bring all of y'all in as pretend prisoners for him to play with.
Oh, I like that.
I can pretend tie your butts up.
Not the Sarge.
Maybe
the
that
other
happens
Not,
with
one.
not my butt.
The other one,
The one we killed last, who
yeah, not the rookie,
was
but
a
that
jerk.
one.
Yeah.
Not the jerk, because the Sarge, I might not.
Yeah,
Well,
you just
no, because he was the one who liked the guy.
you just have to make really sure you can be a jerk. Never mind, you'll be fine.
You don't think I can be a jerk?
No, we definitely think you can be a jerk.
We trust in you.
Right.
have-
So,
We have every faith in your jerkiness.
yeah, we will have an hour to get there.
Yeah.
Anybody need to go pee before we go?
No, I went earlier.
You sure?
Actually, I could go again.
Yeah, please do. You know how that goes. We go and you need to go again.
Yeah, shut up.
All right. So,
You don't need to start being a jerk now, okay?
I'm gonna take off my rope and be like, all right, guys, just pretend, tie yourself together like you're all walking on one rope, and I'm just gonna. All right, so, and then I'm gonna cast this guy's self, and I gotta be careful because if they touch it, it will go through the illusion.
If we're gonna play the try to lie to them card, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Bless on, let's do Pebble, and I can do 2 other creatures.
Does that make the 8 go away? Because
No.
concentration.
8 is not concentration.
Sweet.
Okay.
I can't do guidance while I'm doing it, but 8 is not concentration.
Okay.
So Bless will be. And this is gonna be 3 creatures, attack rolls or saving throws get a D4. Okay, so that won't actually help you lie, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. And let's say we'll go ahead and do the same 3. Vivi, Zakari, and Kavalin, because there are melee shooty people.
Yeah.
So D4s to attack rolls and saving throws for the next. Oh, only for the next minute? All right. Well, we'll wait till we get in there and then I'll do it because I don't want to blow that now.
All right, and when we walk in there, there's no grabbing the biscuits. That will completely show that you are not a prisoner. We get the biscuits on the way back.
On the way out, we get the food.
Yes, it
Fine.
will be fresher anyways.
This feels distinctly like the Into the Spider-Verse plan, getting into the thing where, like grabbing the bagels was an
On the
integral
way
part
out,
of the
Absolutely,
plan.
yes.
And
In
we
the
were on the bagel.
cafeteria. Grab the
No,
bagel and leave.
On the way out, we're going to grab the food.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you
Spider-Man
look at the
feels like
animation,
get
that
down
bagel
lots.
took out a scientist, so you
Yeah.
never know.
It was important.
So, as you guys make this intricate plan to move into the mess hall and free the goblin and then grab the biscuits, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Outstanding, guys. That was really fun.
It was
Yeah.
a lot of
Everybody-
fun.
Everybody who has aid, make sure you mark it down because that will continue into the next session. And I want to make sure we have
It is worth a note that next Friday we will not be playing, as we're going to start off our end cast thing going around. I'll start with the fact that in addition to Wednesdays, where I play in Lydia's game of guards on Encounter Roleplay, and then in Forgotten Throne here in the evening, assuming our internet doesn't just suddenly crash and die, I will be DMing next Friday a Dark Astrals Vihander one-shot on Encounter Roleplay, which is super exciting. Lydia is going to be one of my players that I'm going to be trying to kill in every way I can imagine in that system. Just one of many players, but it is a Zweihander's take on science fantasy in space, and it looks like the book they put out is kind of just a test balloon, it appears, for a larger potential book, and we're gonna take it out for a spin and see how it plays. I'm really excited for it, so be sure to come on over to Encounter Roleplay and check that out. Let's speaking of Encounter Roleplay and games, Lydia.
Yay! Yeah, that's where I live now. Because where else would I be living when nothing else is really happening at the moment due to world events? So you can find me as Half Hour's Hermit on Encounter Roleplay, where, as Tom mentioned, I'm currently jamming a little mini series. We'll also have a meat grinder coming up, which are our special charity events. Where we go through as many players as possible, give everyone a chance to play. It's very combat heavy. It's like a gauntlet. And you can donate to give them crits, crit fails, or crit successes, to fuck them up or to help them, really. That's up to you completely. And all the money we make from those donations goes to a special charity, changes every month. This time it's RAIN. And if you want to join that, either with donations or maybe for future meat grinders as a player, you can do that in our Discord on Encounter Roleplay. My game is the Wednesday one, Guards with Tom, and there will be one next season as well. Spy Hunter, also with Tom. Spoilers, you didn't hear that from me. And you can find me as Half Hour's Hermit on Twitter as well. I do art reference photos. I do art myself, sometimes taking commissions, and apart from that, I just complain a lot about things, as we all do on Twitter, I think.
That's what Twitter's for, isn't it? Just complaining about things. That's mainly it's the complaining social media. Vivi, what are you up to on in terms of games?
Well, tomorrow I'm actually playing a one-shot at Stella Luna's channel on Twitch, and she's actually doing a whole day of one-shots, D&D, but under the sea themed. So I will be playing at 9 p.m. EST. Our GM is going to be Dungeon Dame. And we are going to be part of the Coral Guard, Coral something. And I'll be playing a Water Genasi because I can finally play a useful one. And I went fancy this time. It is, we're starting at level 5. She's going to be a level 4 Warlock with a level 1 Rogue. And her patron is actually the Lurker in the Deep, which is a Kraken. And I picked her background as a faction agent of that, which is why she has the rogue in it, so that she can like sneak around and have reasons why she knows all these things, because she's the eyes and ears of the Kraken.
That's cool.
And her name is Beryl Brine, and I actually got myself a wig, which is going to be hilarious because I never had one before. I'm so enamored with this character. I might have to, find her a game or something. And then next Tuesday, no. Week after, we're going to be picking up our Call of Cthulhu in the Wild West game on Uncanny Adventures, where I play the Doctor. And that's about it. I gotta go look for some more games. By the way, I'm open for season 2 on this one. I'm having way too much fun with you guys.
This has been super fun. We're gonna have a talk after this because this has been super fun. And,
yeah.
Well, when we finish this adventure up, we're gonna have a little chat about what we want to do, because this has been amazing. Steve, what are you up to?
All right, so Sunday is actually going to be a very busy day for me because I'm also going to be in the meat grinder. I'll be playing Grigor the Iron Charger, a plate clad centaur cavalier fighter.
Are you your own mount?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
well,
cool.
That is a
Yeah,
really cool backstory for filler for casing in the meat grinder.
yeah. And honestly, I've wanted to play a centaur for so long. But I'll be playing him on Sunday, I believe, the 26th.
Yeah.
And later that night, I will also be playing as normal Sephron von Brandt, the tiefling alchemist, over on Mimics and Monstrosities for their descent into Avernus.
Very nice. Very nice. Chai, what do you have going on? Hanging out on Discord?
I hang out on Discord a lot, in the Encounter Roleplay Discords and the Roll to Roll Discord as well, and lurk all over the place and shout about juicy fruits and other things. You can find me at Girly Chai on Twitter, and I'm currently looking for like a Sunday morning Eastern time zone game. So, hit me up if you've got one going on.
I said,
'Cause
people,
I
if you're
need
watching
more
this game,
D&D in my life.
she's been doing
Or
awesome. Put in the
Pathfinder or
game.
whatever. I will learn new games if you will teach me new games.
You have killed it in every game I've run with you. Like, people need to put you in more games.
Well,
This has been
thank you.
outstanding.
I try. It is a blast. You are very, very fun to play with, so it works out. But yeah, I need more games. So if you were hosting like a Sunday morning Eastern US time zone, hit me up.
Sunday
I will play
morning,
whatever.
Sunday morning, the game I'm playing is Catch the Toddler.
Yeah, me too.
And Laura.
Yes.
You think before 7 p.m. is Catch the Toddler.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely is. So I am Wednesdays, as Tom said, when our internet doesn't totally fail. I am here on Master the Game playing Forgotten Thrones with the Countess Fiomoria Amastasia, who is going to shoot all the arrows into all the people monologuing. And and while I am not playing in any of the Zweihander games, I am in fact helping Tom think of all the fun ways to kill his people in Dark Astral. So yay,
Thanks.
I'm looking forward to that.
We're gonna blame you then as well.
Absolutely. I want all the credit.
I all the credit shall go to you, because I'm going to feel it will be a failure of this particular mission if somebody doesn't max out on some damage track. One of their tracks is going to max out. We're going to incapacitate or kill someone, or fully corrupt. Something's going to happen.
I want corrupt.
Hey, dude, I died pretty much the last one. Real.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I have no working legs.
I'm making this one. I'm in addition to the new stuff that Dark Ash was. I'm trying to, my last two games that I didn't fully understand or really get peril and stress and all that. So I'm going to be leaning on that. I've taught myself that, and that's going to be a bigger focus of this. But that's besides the point. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been an outstanding game. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you in the future. Come back on Wednesday to watch The Forgotten Throne on here, and head over to Encounter Roleplay for all the fun stuff happening over there. Bye.